All right, welcome everybody watching. This is Civ4 AI Survivor. This is not part of our main competition. This is going to be a side project, a game just for fun, which is what I'm calling the First to Die Fiesta. The leaders in this game are the 8 leaders who were eliminated first from the opening round. These are all leaders who were first to die. And in addition to that, we've also tossed in Montezuma because it's Monty and it's fun to have Monty in games like this. So the leaders we have, just going in order, we have Ramses, Napoleon, Mansa Musa, Zara Jacob, Ahsoka, Joao, J-Man, as we often call him, Pakal, and Jin Shi Huang. So this is a chance for, thank you for putting the peace weight, by the way, in there, Dr. Warclam. We've got a number of leaders who have fairly high peace weight, but enough that are low that we should get some fireworks here. Montezuma was not first to die, but I tossed him in this game anyway. Here is the overall Pangea. This is a large map instead of standard size because we had to accommodate a few more civs into this game. I'd say it's fairly cramped overall, particularly up here. It's a little bit more cramped than elsewhere. It will fill up fast, I'm sure. As far as going through, let's just look at the starting capitals real quick. Here is Joao. He's got a coastal start, which is nice for him because he starts with fishing tech. Down here is Jin Shi Huang of China with the double food resources up to the north. Over here is Mansa Musa, who is very surprisingly a first to die. This is another chance for Mansa. Got another shot to get back in this game. We'll see if he ends up running away with this one. Has a somewhat tough neighborhood of immediate civs around him, so maybe not. Further to the east is Pakal, who is another very surprising first to die in his matchup. I think Pakal was one of the favorites in Pakal's match. Since he's been to the championship game a couple times. But he was first to die, and he gets another chance in this game just for fun. Over here to the east is Ethiopia. This is Zara Jacob, one of the leaders who did very well in the first season of Civ4 AI Survivor, but has not really had a ton of success since then. He has a coastal start, which is not great for him because his techs do not lean towards seafood resources. Over here is Ramses of Egypt. He has a pretty good start for his Civ. He starts with agriculture tech, and he also has the war chariots, and he'll have them right away. I do not set up these capitals ahead of time. I do the map setup with other civs, with just like random civs, and then fill in with world builder text editing. So I don't know who's going to get what capital when the game actually starts. Very appropriate for Egypt also to be in the desert here. To the north of him is Ahsoka, the other Indian leader, not Gandhi, has a personality pretty similar to Gandhi. No, Gandhi actually won his opening round game, then got mauled in the playoffs because he drew a terribly unfortunate field. Another leader who likes religion. Well, it will be interesting to see who founds the religions. There's quite a few leaders that start with mysticism in this game. Over here is Montezuma, who didn't actually end up first to die, although he did get eliminated in the opening round. Super aggressive, super crazy, very religious. We'll see what happens. And then Napoleon finally in the northeast corner, who was first to die in that game that had Wynacott back in it from back in the opening round. Yeah, so that's the setup, and I think we're good to begin. One last thing I need to mention, we do have Raging Barbs on for this game, so that's just going to make the beginning a lot of fun. So let's see what happens. Who's going to get the initial religions? Let's see. So Monty's chasing after meditation. Ahsoka, polytheism. Well, there we go. There's our first 2 religions. I guess they're going to split the religions. Does anyone else start with mysticism? I guess maybe it is just those 2. I thought we had more than that, but maybe not. Well, in any case, they are going to get the first 2 religions because no one else is chasing after them. If you're curious about where all the settlers are going, it's wherever the archers are moving to. Is where they're sending the initial free deity starting settler. Not Montezuma. Napoleon's already founded his first city. Pretty good spot. Got a food bonus, iron later on. Not bad. All right, Monty, northwest. This is going to be his holy city here. By the way, I had to play as England for this game because we already had an Indian leader in the game, and we already had an Ethiopian leader in the game. We often use Zara as the observer civ. Good spot for Monty. Not a ton of food, but he's going to grab copper with that. Oh, wow. So we're going to have the 2 holy cities like right next to each other up here. This is going to be the other holy city in a couple turns. Needs animal husbandry for this, but does have a lot of floodplains, so kind of nice in that regard. Zara went north. Not the best city, but I guess he's got to do what he's got to make use of what he can. It does have a wet corn, though, so that makes it good. Oh, wait. No, never mind. That's outside the city's borders. Nope, doesn't grab that. Pakal, that's a pretty weak spot for Pakal's second city. Great spot for Mansa Musa, though. Look at this. Another corn and horses. So yeah, Mansa should, he needs to get agriculture tech. He's got multiple agriculture resources. China went down in the tundra, probably not the best spot for China. Egypt went over here in a resource cluster, not ideal, but we'll grab copper. And then I think that's everybody except J-Man, and he has chosen to go over here at the ivory. Will be good once it pops borders, but of course needs to pop borders. Yeah, they really settled around Napoleon, didn't they? Both leaders kind of settled towards him. He is likely to go after somebody pretty early on because he's going to run out of room fairly early on. Maybe should have shifted Monty's starting position down here slightly. That probably would have been more ideal, but oh well. All right, so meditation is going to be claimed by Monty. He's only one turn away, so he'll found Judaism. Okay. Jewish Aztecs in this game. The Aztecs just pick a random religion because they don't lean towards anything in particular. And then we'll see Ahsoka found, he'll pick Buddhism for his religion. And there we go, there's the Buddhism right there. So again, we mentioned the holy cities were right next to each other. Even worse news for Napoleon. He's going to have the double holy cities next to him. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, a lot of other civs who were in the initial religious race have now backed off and are going for more logical techs. So big early question is going to be who can handle the barbarians, who is best at dealing with them. Let's see where they are. They pop up under enemy military. Yep. So there's already quite a few of them all over the place. We'll see if everyone gets pillaged back to the Stone Age. I do think Mansa's going to have a big edge here with skirmishers. He does need to get to archery tech to be able to build them. But I do think that's going to help him is having those skirmishers here. He needs to hook up his resources, but he is on agriculture. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on. But remember, early on, it's likely going to be Barbarian City for all these guys. They're building settlers, but it's going to be tough for them to get anything out on the map. It's going to be hard for them to avoid having their tile improvements pillaged. Over here, Zara in particular could be a little... Well, Zara's sheltered by the coast. I was going to say he could be in trouble, but he's sheltered by the coastline, so he might be okay. Like over here, Pakal's already been forced back into his capital because his workers already retreated back in here because he's worried about these barbs. AI is usually pretty good about protecting its cities, but we did see Ragnar lose his capital to barbs in that other game, so you never know. It also helps having a capital up on a hill, I think. Like, Shanghai could technically get captured, but it would take an ungodly dice roll for that to happen. Still, cities that are not up on a hill are especially vulnerable. Like, this archer's already been promoted twice. The city garrison to archer. The city's probably pretty safe down there. I'm trying to keep an eye out on if anyone's actually finished a settler so far. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Still a little too early for that. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on whether anyone looks like they're struggling more than the others with barbarians. Holy city culture is nice. Creative civs also get a little bit of an advantage because their borders, of course, pop automatically, and that makes it easier to push back against the barbs. Who is it that lost their capital? That was Ragnar in the wildcard game where we had barbs. All right, so still early on. Seafood resources can be nice too because the seafood resources can't be pillaged by barbarians, whereas all the other tile improvements are kind of fair game. Like, look at this poor worker. Is he going to get captured? Nope. He just retreated back into the city. Napoleon's got a settler over here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it out on the map, though. I mean, Ragnar didn't end up surviving, but he might have been able to. Yeah, there's a settler out here for China as well. Oh, wow. China, what is this? Unescorted settler in a Raging Barbarians game? That's a bold choice. That is a bold choice. Yeah, this settler is so dead. There's no way that this is surviving. I mean, I guess it has so far. Like watching the dance of the settler. Zara already got another city out over here at Lalabela. So yeah, I think Zara is the first of 3 cities. Well, Mansa's also got another city. Mansa managed to get up to 3 cities too. The skirmishers, too good. Mansa doesn't have any talent. Well, he has one talent improvement. I don't think he has archery tech yet. Anyway, I'm still curious if this settler is going to survive or not. I don't see it. I think it might have... Nope, there. It's still alive. It's still over here. Still hanging in there. All right, survived. I thought for sure that one was toast. That said, it is defending a city with a barbed warrior that can attack it, and that warrior is not full health. Boy, this is the epic battle for Guangzhou over here. Although I think this archer will move first, and I think the city will survive. Yep, all right. Qin did manage to hold on to that city. That was close. All right, let's see where some of the other cities were founded. So Ramses got a city up here, and Ahsoka put one on the northern coast, kind of sheltered from barbs. Napoleon stuck a city here, which has no resources. Oh boy, rough start for Napoleon. Not the best here. He was a little cramped on space. Let's see. So Pakal still has not gotten another city yet. He's building Stonehenge, though. And I guess that's what we've got for the moment. Oh, and Portugal still doesn't have another city out. It has a settler out, but is not founded with it. Settlers here, no Porto. Yep, and J-Man picked up bronze working because he went into slavery. All right, there it goes. Heading out now. So yeah, Mansa has pushed back. He's been able to reconnect his wheat. I think Mansa's got to be one of the favorites to win this game, at least as long as he can avoid getting rolled up and killed. Monty's claimed horses with his third city down here. A lot of people on bronze working at the moment. We'll see if anyone decides to go for that third religion. Someone will sooner or later. All right, there's another one picking up bronze working. Like, Qin still has no tile improvements at all. Let's see who, if anyone, has managed to get some tile improvements up. Qin has nothing at the moment. J-Man has a rice, but that's not likely to last much longer, given the barbs swarming around this capital. Well, Mansa Musa had some tile improvements, but he's about to lose this one. So he's in the process of losing them. Pakal is keeping up tile improvements for the moment. And he's got chariots connected, so that's going to help a lot. A resource-based unit. Okay, in Egypt. Not much in India. About to lose that horse connection, I think. Napoleon's actually doing okay because he's a little sheltered from the barbarians. Does this game count for the leader power ranking? No, I'm not planning on it. This game's just for fun. Farm that copper tile, Monty. I guess he doesn't have bronze working yet. He's farmed an iron and he's farmed a copper tile. That's pretty hilarious. Obviously doesn't have iron working or bronze working. Zora's fairly sheltered down here. His capital's in pretty decent shape. Yeah, he's improved a couple tiles. And yeah, I think that covers everybody for the moment. So yeah, lots of people in the process of just trying to defend tile improvements. Ramsey's getting Stonehenge is nice because he does not get free border expansions. Wait, is he creative? Hold on. No, he's spiritual industrious, so he's not creative. So that's pretty good for him. Even more culture up on the top side of the map. Metals are very tasty in Monty's world. Something like that. So Portugal finally did get out to a third city. It's been a little slow for them, though, as far as trying to expand here. Pakal's still stuck on 2 cities. His problem is he went for Stonehenge and then he didn't get it. So that slowed him down pretty significantly. Let's see if anyone else is on a wonder right now. Doesn't look like it. A number of settlers in production, but nobody's on a wonder. Those Jewish Aztecs have some weird habits, yeah. Don't expect to see any early wars because of the barbarians. It's unlikely that the leaders are going to be declaring war on each other, at least not until a little bit later. Monty did just pick up bronze working, so I expect him to connect his copper soon. By and large, the AIs are doing a little bit better with the barbarians in this game than they did in that wildcard game. I mean, they're not doing great, don't get me wrong, but no one's losing cities or capitals like they did in that one. So they're hanging in there a little bit better. Napoleon's on masonry. I wonder if he's going for a religion? I don't know. Zara's first of 4 cities. You know, he's got a good long-term position. Now, again, a lot of these cities are pretty weak early on. He's even got a cottage town. Wow. No rivers, so I guess that's as good of a place as he can put it. Like this is poor land early, but like once he gets to calendar tech, he's gonna have a lot of happiness here because he's got silks and sugars who will surely get the dyes as well. So that's a lot of happiness resources for him. Oh, he's got spices too. Wow, he has all 4 of the calendar happiness resources. Well, he doesn't have incense. He has 4 of the 5. But yeah, it's a lot of happiness there. Not bad. This barbarian, poor Mansa keeps losing this wet wheat farm to the archers. He's trying to get these back up though. Yeah, now Mansa's hooked up his horses, so that's gonna definitely help him. He's got a settler wandering around here too. Kind of curious where that's gonna go. The skirmishers are no threat to die. Like, yeah, I figured that would happen. That the barb archers would just attack and commit suicide, basically. Anyway, elsewhere, so we've got another city for China, for Qin Shi Huang. He founded this city here on the coast. So he's out to 4. J-Man's out to 4. I wouldn't say that the Portuguese cities look very good right now, but he does have 4 of them. Also, it looks like we have our first barb city. Only barb city so far. There's still a huge open area right here in the map that no one's really expanding into. Monty's at 4. He founded this city, Texcoco, recently. No resources at all, so a pretty terrible city. I mean, it's true that Monty being next to Czar is a problem, but Monty is not just... anytime you see Monty, there's also an opportunity because you know he's going to self-destruct. Like, if Montezuma overstretches himself and wastes his time fighting a whole bunch of wars against India, then there would be an opportunity for Czar to sweep in. Napoleon on 4 as well, yep. Picked up access to horses there. Boy, Napoleon's economy has to be pretty weak, but this is going to stop barbarians from spawning in that tundra. I'm sure Napoleon is refusing to research mysticism tech, like always. But yeah, he shouldn't have to worry about barbs anymore. Like, he has enough units now that they shouldn't be spawning. This area here could still spawn, and this central area is probably like barb central. All right, that's 50 turns. They go by fast early on. Gao has also gets Mansa out to 4 cities. And it looks like Mansa's mostly cleared his territory of barbs. He's about to go for city number 5 and grab the gold resource. Be pretty nice for him. Anyway, let's see how they stack up on the bar graphs. With more people in the game, it's going to be a little trickier to keep track of what's going on. But I'm sure we'll be down from 9 to fewer civs in time. Looks like Ramses is the leader right now, although I suspect a lot of that's just his culture from building Stonehenge. Qin and Napoleon are apparently last in GMP. Production, yeah, that I can't make any sense of that bar graph. Food is also pretty close. Note that Pakal is last on the food chart because he still only has 2 cities. What is he doing? Pakal, you got to expand, man. Power. What is this? Mansa Musa first in power? What? All right, I don't know how Mansa Musa's first in power, but apparently he is. So yeah, that happened. Maybe he... Oh, it's probably partly from the skirmishers, and he also did hook up horses quickly. Now, does Mansa have access to... All right, he founded on copper with this city. So as soon as he builds a road there, he'll have access to copper. Skirmishers. Yep, as you guys said, skirmishers have a higher power rating. All right, so Mansa's on masonry. I suspect he's probably en route to monotheism because he's got pretty strong religious preferences. I bet he wants his own religion. And I suspect this settler is going to found right on this tile here. No, it's going further. Wow, okay. Don't quite understand that. This would be a nice spot for the city. I mean, garbage initially, but with the gold resource. All right, instead he picks a spot in the jungle that misses the gold tile. Not your best there, Mansa. Anyway. So what else do we have? We have Ramses is building the Oracle. I'm sure we've had a few more cities pop up. Pakal is still on 2. Still, yeah, and he is back stuck in his capital. He just seems to be suffering some pillaging. Man, I don't know what this guy's doing. Napoleon's out to 5. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of territory. Oh, no, he's out to 6. What the? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez, okay. Getting the most of what land he does have, I guess. His economy's got to be awful as a result, though. 40% research. I guess he's getting some money from trade routes from being on the coast. And I guess that's about it as far as what we've seen. I'm sure there's more expansion about to take place, but that's all I see for the moment. See if anyone else is building a wonder. Because we've got the Oracle for Ramses. We've got Moai statues. Okay. Looks like that's it for the moment. We do have a barb city that popped up here in the donut hole between all the civs. And Mansa is apparently going for monotheism because he's on the polytheism path. I'm sure that's en route to monotheism. Yep. He's a long way away, but he is the favorite to get that. Double marble is decent commerce. Yeah, the marble does provide okay commerce in the early game. Good point. So Ramses is still struggling to clear the barbs from the northern part of his territory. Like he's losing his it's going to slow down his oracle build because he can't work any tiles right now because they keep getting pillaged. Yeah, he just lost most of his tile improvements up here, so that's going to hurt him on his oracle build. Yeah, build the Great Wall. Good call there. Ramses, he may also be going for a religion, and he did just get a great profit. Over here, Joao has connected copper, and that's going to probably be enough to swing these battles with the barbarians now that he can build axes. Because like if it's archer versus archer, the AI usually loses, but if it's axe versus archer, the AI is going to win that battle. How about Chin? Chin has not connected any resources yet, but he doesn't seem to be facing that many barbarians. At least, or maybe he's just between waves at the moment. Mansa's core seems to be pretty safe from barbs at this point. He seems to have got them under control. Yeah, not settling in a position to use that gold tile is a really big mistake, though, because that much commerce this early in the game would really make a big difference. Here's Ramses going to settle in the jungle. Yeah, lay claim to that resource cluster. Garbage city at the opening stages of the game, but it'll be more worthwhile in turn. Napoleon's converted to Monty's. Oh, wow. So not only is Ahsoka right next to Monty and Napoleon, Ahsoka also is practicing a religion separate from them too. So I'm sure they hate his guts. Yeah, annoyed towards Ahsoka. Oh, annoyed towards Mansa Musa. So Monty's the worst enemy of Ahsoka. Napoleon's the worst enemy of Mansa. Okay. Ahsoka's the worst enemy of Pakal, Napoleon, and Monty. Yeah, this is probably not good news for Ahsoka. He may be the favorite and first to die in this game. Meanwhile, Monty has pushed another city out over here. And Zara is pushing to the west as well. Zara is also out to 5 cities. Ahsoka gonna get a shaken? Probably. It does look like Ramses is probably going to land the Oracle, though, because I don't see anyone else in direct competition for this. Now, Mansa's got another city over here. Oh, did he just settle on the gold tile? Oh, Mansa, what are you doing? I mean, sure, the yield on the center tile is not bad. 2 food, 2 production, 3 commerce. And once he builds a road over here, he will have gold connected. But still, he's really wasting these gold tiles. Mansa, why you settle on the gold? I mean, okay, maybe this city wouldn't have had enough food to work the gold tile anyway. It is a low food city. But yeah. Hi, Art Deco. Welcome. And Ramses did end up completing the Oracle. So, to answer Art Deco's question for anyone, and for anyone else who might just be arriving, might not just be him, this is just a game for fun that we're doing today. First to Die Fiesta is what I've named it. It is all of the leaders who were first to die in the opening round. I also belatedly now realize I should update the Twitch broadcast so that it doesn't say that I'm playing Octopath Traveler right now. So let's go ahead and do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. AI Survivor. Should have remembered to do that earlier. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Yeah, there were probably some very confused people who were looking at the Twitch stuff and seeing that Octopath Traveler was the game listed, and it actually was Civ4. Yes, 8 Jobber Fiesta plus Monty, who got a spot for fun because we enjoy having Monty in games. Very unpredictable. Well, this is not going to spark conflict at all. Pataliputra here and Teotihuacan right there. They do have a kind of a natural border here in this range of mountain peaks. But definitely seems like a recipe for sure trouble between these two. I would be very surprised if the first war is not either Napoleon attacking Ahsoka or Montezuma attacking Ahsoka. I would be surprised if it's something else. Ahsoka looks like he's got the barbs under control by this point as well. I think it's partly because the north side of the map, there's not really a lot of room for the barbs to spawn anymore. Oh, wow. Jeez, what is this? Mansa, what's he doing, man? Look at this. Settling up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles away from Portugal's capital. I mean, if he doesn't get attacked and he's able to hold this, that'll be incredible because he's going to add gems to his happiness portfolio as well. But he does have to hold on to these cities. Mountain range is literally Kashmir. No, Pakal has never gotten another city, as Napoleon has a very bizarrely shaped Great Wall. Also, the race for the third religion was not won by Mansa Musa. Ramses beat him to the third religion. This is the monotheism religion, the one that's normally Judaism, and he's founded it as Islam. So all of the religions are on the north side of the map right now. So we've got Judaism here, and Buddhism in India, and then now Islam in Egypt. So all of them are on the top side of the map. No religions on the bottom side of the map yet. Kind of wild. Yeah, why? It's just like Pakal. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure why he hasn't expanded. He's just refused to build any more cities. I think part of it is he keeps trying to build wonders. Like he's on Temple of Artemis again. I really don't understand. But it's been really good for Zara in particular, because like Zara should not be getting a spot right here. It's only 4 tiles away from Mutal. But yeah, so Pakala slipped to last place in score, and J-Man's not doing too much better. I mean, I guess he's got another city here. He's going to get this barb city eventually. His problem is he just has so many cities in the jungle. He really needs ironworking in the worst way to cut down jungle. And he's got another city. He looks like J-Man's also crashed his economy pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. I would suspect that his economy is pretty bad. Let's just look at everybody's research rate. Oh, God, what is Chin doing? He's researching at 2 beakers per turn. What happened? He hasn't even been pillaged that badly by the barbarians. I don't know. I'm not sure why he's at 2 beakers per turn. All right, he's running gold. Never mind. He's saving up gold for some reason. All right, so his economy can support a better research rate. Whew. All right, Pakal 19, J-Man 12. Yeah, J-Man's economy is pretty bad. 18 for Ahsoka, Zara 14. A number of these guys kind of struggling. 20 for Ramses, Monty 12. Mansa's only at 10. Yeah, pretty weak research rates from a lot of these guys. Mansa, oh, I see. Mansa doesn't have pottery yet. That's why his economy's lagging. He can't build cottages yet. Well, I was wrong. First war was not, we do need to keep track of the wars just for fun, just to see how many we end up with. All right, so yeah, I was wrong. First war was not Monty against Ahsoka. Monty against Zara, apparently. Like a lot of these leaders still haven't even met each other yet because this is a fairly large map. All right, well, this city only has 1 archer in it, so I think this attack might actually work. Yeah. Just 1 archer inside. Zara converted to Ramses' religion, so they've got the religious difference going now too. But this might be one situation where Monty actually succeeds in his aggression. Yep, there it is. All right. We didn't get a pop-up because I haven't revealed the map in a little while. Could this be a game where Monty actually does well? Because Zara was doing pretty well right up until he lost that city. How's Zara's resource? Oh, Zara has copper. Okay. Has copper, so he's not helpless. Where is his copper resource? Where is his copper? Is it down here? No, that's not connected yet. He must have it somewhere. Because otherwise it's... Huh, okay. I must just be missing it. He has to have it somewhere, though. Otherwise he wouldn't be able to build axes. In the south, okay. I mean, I see this, but this isn't connected yet. Whatever. Oh, well, I'm not going to spend more time on this. Like, I see he has a resource there, but, oh well. Anyway, so we had another conversion to Islam. So J-Man, Portugal, has picked up Ramses' religion as well. No, it doesn't look like he lost copper to Montezuma. I will say that Mansa Musa is snapping up a kind of a scary amount of the map right now. You do not want Mansa to get this much territory. He is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's on 7 cities as well, but like he's sitting in a pretty good spot. Mansa also just finished pottery, so now he's going to start tossing down his cottages. And once he gets those cottages rolling, the Mansa economy is going to be off and rolling. And like, there's a lot of room still for Mansa to expand further. So he would be one of the leaders in the driver's seat right now. Ramses is doing pretty well also. Now this city over here, Adulis, is a new city. It also only has 1 archer on defense. So if Monty targets that city, he should be able to capture that as well. It's also about to hit size 2, so it would not be auto-raised. But this is Monty, so probably he'll turn and attack Gondar instead, which he also might be able to capture. All right, so he killed that archer. And yeah, this city is 1 archer inside. I think this city also falls to Monty, because even if the first axe loses, the second axe won't. All right, yeah, wow. This might be a rare case where Monty's actually doing well. Surprisingly well. I don't quite understand how he's... I guess he just really caught Zara with his pants down here. Zara did not seem ready to fight this war. Oh, the red jaguars are pretty cool. Yeah, let's take a look at them. Yeah, that is pretty cool. So they've got like the sashes here are what would normally be green, but instead it comes out as red. And they are in fact in the oh wait, is that a... This is actually a spear, not a jaguar warrior. Whoops, what am I saying? See if I can find an actual one. Maybe there aren't any jaguar warriors. Oh no, that's a spear as well. Does Monty even have ironworking? I don't think that he has. Maybe, you know, so the thing is, I don't think Monty has ironworking. I don't think he has jaguars yet. But I think the unit that, yeah, I think the unit that where was it? I think the unit that Philly thought was a jaguar warrior was actually that spearman. So we'll have to take a look at the red jaguars when they actually are out on the map. Still, this is pretty shocking that Monty is doing this well. Like, to grab 2 cities in that war is pretty nice. If he gets this one, then we really need to talk about Monty as a serious leader who might do something in this game. And Zara's not really defending this city very well. It's on flat ground, so there's no hill bonus. He just has 2 archers in it right now. If he doesn't put more units in there, it could be captured. We'll see if he actually does that. Temple of Artemis finished as well. Ahsoka's got some cottages rolling on his floodplain, so his economy is going to be picking up too. Wouldn't be shocked if Napoleon goes after him, although Napoleon's doing quite a bit of wonder building. He's got the Great Hunting House and the pyramids in there. Bad Aztec. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. Elsewhere, so China's got another city out. We're likely to see this city captured by J-Man relatively soon. He's killed 2 of the 4 archers inside. And now he's stopping to heal this unit. Yep. Note that the AI will promote its units to medic if they need to heal. AI is smart enough to do that. And Bakal did get out a 3rd city, finally. But in terms of expansion, he's not doing great. We've also got some more cities for Egypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Egypt as well. Ahsoka only has 5, which is a little on the low side. Yeah, and here goes all the cottages down for Mansa Musa. You can already see these starting to work now. I have no idea why he's working that tile over that tile. I guess because he doesn't have enough happiness to grow. But yeah, like Mansa's already on the ironworking path. Okay, so Monty's... Wait, what? Ahsoka is the one who declared on Napoleon. Okay, well, I didn't see that happening. Super peaceful Ahsoka is the one starting the war against Napoleon. All right, well, now we've got another war to watch. Ahsoka is almost as pacifistic as. Oh, apparently. Okay, so I missed that one. Apparently, the Ethiopian counterattack began and was able to take this city back because Monty didn't bother to defend it. Raise the war counter. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the reminder. All right, let's get that. Nice. So up here, this one archer apparently got promoted to City Garrison 3. That said, with 2 axes able to attack and a spear, it's probably still going to die. But if Napoleon were able to whip out another unit, maybe the city could hold. Yeah. Oh man, the only unit that survived was 1 spear, and that spear had 0.6 health. That one archer almost held the city there. Pretty impressive stuff. That said, Napoleon, though, did lose his city, and Napoleon doesn't exactly have a lot of cities. Maybe he shouldn't have spent all that time working on wonders. Meanwhile, let's see. Oh, yeah, this city's pretty well defended. I think Tsar is going to hold this, and maybe he takes back Adulis. I guess we'll have to see. Kind of a nice... although Gondar now is not very well defended. This is kind of a mess down here, these 2 leaders. I mean, the fact everything's in the jungle makes it that much trickier, too. Nope, it looks like Monty's decided to focus on this city. He's got a decent stack, but there are a lot of spears in there, and the spears are basically useless against an axe. They just, like, die instantly. Let's just check in on what's going on elsewhere. So this city still has not been taken yet, but J-Man should be able to get it soon. He probably just needs to heal up this axe to full, and then he can capture it. China is not doing great. I don't know why China's score is so low. Still seems to be struggling to deal with all these forest tiles. Meanwhile, Mansa's in pretty good shape. Mansa's already in 2nd place on score. Ramses is doing kind of a Mansa Musa setup himself. And meanwhile, Pakal is still just has the 3 cities. At least he got out to 3. Oh, he has another settler right here, though. Okay, so he is still trying to expand. And then this city seems like it's not falling anytime soon because the archers inside are already getting promoted. How's Pakal and Qin tied? I honestly don't quite understand that. I think it's because Qin's cities have not expanded borders. So Qin doesn't have, he doesn't have mysticism. So he has no land points, basically. And I think that's it. All right. Anyway, this is probably the most interesting struggle right now. Over here. All right, so Monty has changed his mind. He's going for Gondar again. The city does have walls, but there's only 2 units in it. So unless more units pop up in there, it is going to fall. At the moment, it doesn't look like Napoleon's going to take back Reims anytime soon. All right, so let's see if this city gets captured. Yeah, wow, okay. So yes, it does get captured. So this city gets retaken by Ethiopia, but then Gondar is taken. So this is kind of a mess. At least Napoleon's got the Great Lighthouse to help him out. Get those extra trade routes. Yeah, Napoleon's economy should be pretty decent, given that he's got a lot of coastal cities with international trade routes from the Great Lighthouse. I think the biggest thing Napoleon needs is he needs to get open borders with more leaders, because I don't think he has open borders with hardly anyone. Yep, just Pakal. He needs to sign open borders with someone else. You'd think he could get them with Monty. Get those international trade routes rolling in. Anyway. Oh yeah, Qin also has small cities. Good point, too. He has a happiness resource. His cities shouldn't be this small. Oh well. He did found this city, Tianjin. Gondar should have called for aid. Yeah, seriously. Well said. Oops. I'm not trying to save. I was just trying to reveal the map. Yeah, I still think Mansa is in really good position here. The fact that he's not fighting wars is probably a good thing, honestly. Give him more time to just tech away. Now, Mansa is also converted as well. There's Portugal picking up that city. Wait, J-Man wants to declare war on Mansa. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's a good idea. So boy, we've got a lot of Islamic civs. Let's look at the religious map for a second. Islam, yeah, I guess. See, the reason why Islam has spread more than the other two religions is Islam was the monotheism religion, which means that Ramses was able to go into organized religion civic for missionaries, and so he's been spamming the missionaries and getting some conversions. Whereas I don't think that Ahsoka and Montezuma even necessarily have monotheism tech yet for organized religion. Oh yeah, and we need to up the word declaration counter again to 3. Yeah, that was a little unexpected. I would have thought that if someone was attacking Mansa Musa, it would be either probably Chin because he's very low piece weight. But maybe this city, maybe J-Man just didn't like having a city right on his borders. At this point now, yeah, look at this. So this city might look pretty crummy right now, and it is crummy right now. But the cottages have already begun, and like give this 50 turns, and these are going to be really nice spots. Also, Manta's already removing the jungle on that gems tile to give himself another resource. Like he's got the health resources, now he needs to get the happiness resources. The request to look at bar graphs is a good one. Let's look at the power bar graph. So Pakal's last. Monty is first. Mansa's second, though. And Napoleon's surprisingly low as well. All right. I don't think this attack's going to succeed because the skirmisher... Well, the skirmisher should have city garrison. Oh, no. There's 2 skirmishers. One's guerrilla. One is city garrison. So, yeah, that should be enough to hold off those axes. And the spears are basically pointless as attackers. That is assuming the attack actually shows up here. An axe on defense would be really smart, too. Monty just got a great general. Boy, this battle in the jungle is just a total mess over here. Look at this. Pakal's already on construction tech. What the heck? I'm not sure that Gondar is going to be held for too long. It just seems like a very difficult hold for Monty, but then again, who knows? He does build nothing but units the whole game. And in the Napoleon Ahsoka war, it doesn't look like there's a ton going on right now. So I'm going to come back here to Autoghost and see. So that tile was pillaged, but so far J-Man hasn't attacked. Boy, City Raider promotion's not a bad choice. I wonder if Chin is thinking about attacking anyone. He would certainly attack Mansa if he went after anyone. Yeah, Rumble in the Jungle, indeed. Still a lot of civs that are not committed to any wars. Yeah, I'm just curious if this attack is actually going to be launched. Nope. Backed off. Looks like J-Man chose not to. I think there's a decent chance that Mansa gets the pyramids, too. I don't know if anyone else is even building the pyramids. Oh, I guess Chin is. But never mind. This is, it's actually the favorite right now is J-Man to get the pyramids. Because he's actually managed to get a high production city here. 15 base production. That's an awful lot for this early in the game. And he's also has stone. Yep, I agree with this. If Chin joined the war against Mansa, it would be pretty interesting. Over here, it's just a total mess between these two leaders. Zara was looking like one of the game leaders, though. He's kind of been dragged down by this. All right, so Ethiopia gets the Barb City, and that's the last Barb City. So I think the Barbs are basically done at this point. Oh, no, never mind. There's more Barb Cities in the extreme south. I spoke too soon. Still more Barbs to worry about down there. So here comes the Zara stack to try to recapture, I guess, one of these two cities. They should, what Monty should really be building here is walls. Like, Zara's already built walls in Addis Ababa, which is a smart call. And up here, these guys are still clashing as well, Napoleon and Ahsoka. Ahsoka's got a decent stack, but with walls, that city's going to be tough to break. Walls plus Napoleon having some pretty highly promoted archers. Probably going to be tricky to get that. Rems, I think Napoleon was trying to recapture this city, but he's not having a ton of success right now. Oops, I actually want another settler. All right, that's 100 turns. Good time to look at the bar graphs. Maybe, no, I don't think walls survive conquest. I could be wrong. And I don't know if Gondar, Did Gondar have walls or not? I can't remember. Well, Pakal's finally gotten some cities out. Too little, too late, probably, but at least he's getting a few more. If nothing else, Mansa being in a war does mean he is not founding more cities. Although it won't take forever for him to get to construction tech. Although he did found this one. This is a relatively new city. He found it on the gold again. What does he have with founding on gold tiles? Seriously, Mansa. What the heck, dude? And Elephantine's close to the pyramids as well. Boy, we got a close race for the pyramids. At least some of the other civs are going to get a lot of fail gold. All right, in economy, it's actually Ramses who's leading right now. He's got the most. And Napoleon, you can see where he built the Great Lighthouse. Look at that. Losing that one city cost him a lot of trade route income. Down at the bottom is J-Man and Montezuma and Chin. Seem to be struggling here. Production's fairly close, except Pakal is trailing. Food, oh wow, Mansa's first in food. Didn't realize that. That's a really good sign for Mansa long term. Yeah, and that's true. A lot of Ramses' economy is probably culture. Power, we've seen Monty and Mansa are first. And Pakal was dragging down there in last. If you're curious about culture, yeah, culture, yep. Ramses is heavy on the culture. So a lot of his GNP is not actual research, it's culture. Which is not irrelevant by any means, but I think he also, oh wow, look at this. He's already got 23 cities that have spread Islam. Holy cow, 23 cities already. The shrines are, in theory, more valuable on bigger maps because there's more total cities to spread them to. Wow, he is just going nuts with the Islam, isn't he? It's a little hard to see because this peach-colored graphic is not the best. Maybe on the bear map you can see it a little bit better. Wow, he has really been spreading that. Oh, and you think J-Man's been banging his head against Mansa's defenses? Looks like he did lose some units. All right. Yeah, Islam is definitely the dominant religion. I mean, if you look at the leaders here, Ramses, Mansa, Zara, Joao, and Pakal. So far, it looks like Chin is the only one who has not converted to a religion thus far. And no one is practicing Ahsoka's religion, which is probably bad long term, that no one's practicing his religion. So far, all of these wars are 1v1 wars. We don't have any that are like gang pile 2v1 or 3v1. And now Chin's converted to Islam as well. Okay. Zara just got a great general. Look at Gondar. Mansa also got a great general too. I think some of these units attacked Auto Ghost and didn't have much success. Mansa's on code. Okay, Mansa wants his own religion. He's on Code of Laws. And someone's about to get the pyramids. Is Napoleon going for... Yeah, Napoleon's been going for construction for some time now. But he seems to be losing the 1v1. Although, maybe not. He and Ahsoka are pretty close on the scoreboard. Gondar is down to one archer. But for the moment, it's completely surrounded by Ethiopian culture, but it's still hanging in there for the moment. Great general for Napoleon and Ahsoka. So they must have had it. Oh, I see. So Ahsoka launched an attack and it didn't succeed. And then Napoleon looks like he cleaned it up. Yeah, we should change up the music. Good suggestion. Because first, we've been in the Ancient Age for a while. That'll do it. J-Man did end up getting the pyramids, which is actually going to expand borders in this city because he doesn't have mysticism tech. Whoops. I wonder if he'll go into something like police state. Hereditary rule would probably be the best choice for him because he has like no happiness resources right now. Oh yeah, and the Buddhist shrine. Buddhism has not been spread that far. Yeah, only 9 cities, which again is not... It's something, right? And like this is a pretty nice looking city with all those cottages. Should really be working the cottages. Like, why are you working a desert hill tile over a grassland cottage? When you're not at the happiness cap, this is nonsensical. Terrible city management here by Ahsoka. He could even get his growth up to 1 turn, because he's at +5 food right now. And if you work the grassland cottage, he'd be at +7 food. J drop below Chin and score. He's really squandering his chances this game. I mean, part of it is he just needs to research mysticism and get his borders expanded. But yeah. Okay, he went into hereditary rule. That's a good choice. So Gondar was captured by Zara, but then was immediately recaptured by Monty right afterwards. So it traded hands back and forth. I think Monty might be doing the thing where he doesn't really help himself so much as he just like cripples another leader. Here we go. Here's his Jaguar warrior. Now we finally got one of those. All right, and we got a Barb city taken by China. Nothing too crazy, but it'll help. Where was that? Here we go. Jaguar warrior, nice. The red and the blue really pop pretty well. And you can see their little faces peeking out through that Jaguar mask. Those guys are pretty ripped too, aren't they? Anyway. All right. So that's kind of where we stand. Ramsey's still holding on to that score lead. Nobody's really taken much territory yet. Like, we haven't seen any of these wars become decisive just yet. Mansa's about to found his own religion. Let's see what he picks. Confucianism. Okay. Curious to see if how long he sticks with Islam or when he converts over. He will probably spread that religion and convert eventually, just because the AI likes to do that. All right, now Napoleon's got a decent stack here. I think he's trying to get this city back again. Although it looks like Rams is about to finish walls, which would make it a lot harder. Yeah, that city's not falling anytime soon. Not with that many units in it. And now J-Man's picked up a great general. Although it looks like Mansa's got at least a random chariot running around up there. How about down here? This city continues to look isolated. I don't think Monty's making any more progress until he gets to construction, but I think he's about to start researching construction. Nope, calendar. Calendar's a good fit for him because he does have a lot of calendar resources. He's got the sugar and the dyes. Oh wow, I didn't realize Monty had a triple gem city. Maybe that's why he's doing better in this game than he often does. I didn't even realize he had this. Yeah, Monty's got a fair number of calendar resources, so that's not a bad choice for him. But he kind of needs the catapults to break the defenses of Zara's cities. Napoleon about to suicide? I think he is. Yep, he attacked this city and it didn't go well. Pakal already has catapults, which apparently he was using to attack barbarian units. You know, you got to get that collateral damage against the barbs. So yeah, I mean, all three of these wars are kind of in stalemates right now, although I think Zara is slowly winning his war with Montezuma, and I think Ahsoka is slowly winning his war with Napoleon. Like, I can't see Gondar holding out for too much longer. Not unless they can get, like, some miracle Lord of the Rings ending here. That one city, just kind of hard to hold that one. Suicided his forces on the same turn he researched construction, yeah. Like, this city definitely could be taken if the walls were removed, and then the cats went in first for collateral damage. But barring that, yeah, probably not going to fall. I love how the two armies of Mansa and J-Man clash in Egyptian territory. So Ramses built the Colossus. Nice for this city with the double food resources. Yeah, Ramsey's got a lot of resources. He obviously already has calendar finished. He's doing surprisingly well. I tend not to think of Ramses as a very good leader, but if he's given time to sit back and build, he can be pretty strong. Yeah, this city is almost certainly toast soon. Because of all the warring, there's been no ability to like get roads or cut down the jungle, so this whole area is just like a total wilderness that the two sides are still fighting over. How has Gondar not been captured yet? One axe and one chariot inside. Oh, and then... Oh, never mind. That's a different war. I was thinking they made peace over there. Yeah, so that war didn't really slow down Mansa at all. It might have stopped him from, like, capturing this city. Although I guess I'll have another shot now. Would be auto-raised, though, unless it grows. So yeah, Mansa will definitely have calendar tech by the time, or excuse me, construction tech by the time he fights his next war. He just picked up calendar. So Who just founded... Wait, who founded Taoism? It was probably a theology light bulb. Taoism... I don't even see it on the map. Like, I just picked it and I still can't see it. What am I missing here? Oh, there. Oh. India teched it. Okay. Oh, there it is. Geez, way up north. Okay. Gotcha. It can be hard to spot these sometimes. Yeah, so Ramses is out in front of the field for right now. He's got a clear lead. He and Mansa are definitely the leaders at the moment. So we're down to just 2 wars. Oh, and there it goes. Gondar was either captured or given back in a peace treaty. One of the two. Looks like it was captured. So Monty starting to fall back into the rest of the pack again. This is not surprising because it's Monty. Tends to happen a lot. I mean, he's got a new stack here, but again, with no catapults, he's definitely not going to make much progress. And now a duelist seems like it's very likely to get taken back. Yeah, okay. Yep. That's not going to last long. Taoism invented by deer hunters. All right, so Zara has taken back all of his losses. With this city having walls, this attack from Monty is not going to do anything. How about up here in this war? Ahsoka doesn't seem to be making any progress. Napoleon needs to put a stack together with catapults in it if he expects to do anything. All right, is Monty going to suicide all these units? No, not yet at least. Not on this turn. So Ramses also finished the Hanging Gardens, and that was +1 pop in all of his cities. Wow. Okay, I was going to say he must have some hereditary rule happiness, but still, he's got a lot of room to grow some of these cities. Maybe Ramses is the favorite right now, because he doesn't seem to be getting attacked by anybody, and he seems to have the best economy. Alright, so it looks like Ahsoka's attack failed. These two are, like, their war just feels like it's really unproductive. Like, I guess Ahsoka got 1 city, but I'm not sure it's been worth... Oh, Napoleon got the mausoleum. Wow, nice wonder for his tiny little civ. And let's see, did Monty attack? Yeah, Monty looks like he attacked. He actually did kill some of the defenders, because he has City Raider 3 Jaguars. Holy cow. City Raider 3 Combat 1. Those are some highly promoted units. I guess they can punch through the walls if they're that well promoted. Yeah, all that's left is archers, so maybe he can just brute force his way through here. I didn't see that happening, but I guess if you get enough promotions, maybe. And maybe not to... Wait, what? Chin attacked Ahsoka? That's... okay. That's a peace war conflict for sure. Or peace weight conflict for sure. Okay. I can't say I quite understand that, but all right. It does put Ahsoka into a 2-front war. So there are a handful of leaders who haven't met each other yet. But if we're curious, Monty's the worst enemy of Zara and Ramses. He would be in a lot of trouble if Ramses were to attack him. Napoleon's the worst enemy of Ahsoka and Mansa Musa. Zara's the worst enemy of Montezuma. Ahsoka's the worst enemy of a lot of people. And he's at war with Ahsoka. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty random. Chin is not exactly doing great in this game. So Mansa gets a great scientist. Ahsoka doesn't like anyone and no one likes Ahsoka. I mean, him having his own religion is not great. Could Ahsoka get dogpiled? I mean, it's not impossible. Monty can't join the war, but some of the other leaders might. Again, with no catapults, there's no chance of this war succeeding. Is this city on a hill? No, the city's not on a hill. I mean, I guess there's not that many units, but like attacking across a river into 60% cultural defenses, that feels like it's not going to happen. Well, they crossed the river, so that's... I mean, that'll take away one of the... maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. Get a couple good dice rolls, maybe. Alright, well, they actually killed a lot more units than I expected, but Ahsoka's reinforcing. The real winner of this is probably Napoleon, who now will have a chance to fight back up here in the north. This stack is just healing before it looks to attack again. And now we've got a two-front war here, too, with Pakal joining in. Now, Pakal does have catapults. So, wow, Monty's got a lot of units. Monty really needs construction. I mean, he's almost got it done. Maybe Pakal and Monty can take down Zara. It's not out of the question. I guess I got to increase the war declaration counter again. So we're starting to see some 2v1 setups. And it's mostly the low piece weight civs dogpiling the high piece weight civs. Monty just launched another completely crazy attack. He had these guys attack across the river against the castle walls. Or not castle, just normal walls. You'd think he would just walk across the river so he didn't have that big defensive penalty on the attack. This siege is going to take a while because Lalabela has walls and there's exactly one catapult there. Although I guess there's more catapults on the way. Still, this is probably will get captured because Monty is throwing an awful lot of units over at Zara elsewhere. So a lot of the a lot of the world is at war right now. Ahsoka launched another attack and it got cleaned up by Napoleon. Yeah, look at all those injured units. So Chin's assault didn't do a whole lot, but it did pull attention away from Napoleon, who now should be able to clean up the remainders of this stack. Yep, he just cleaned it up. So now Napoleon's got the edge up there. He's going to have to heal up those units. Wait, what? Ramses declares on Ahsoka. What? Peaceful Ramses? Oh, it must be religious. Must be a religious conflict. All right, Ahsoka. This is pretty much it for Ahsoka. Really nicely timed war from Ramses. Going after someone who's very weak, and he's got catapults to help out too. So yeah, Ramses in a position to snowball this game. He could be the biggest winner of all from this conflict. Monty is always the worst AI. That siege is still ongoing. Because like Mansa, I think is a better AI than Ramses, but if Ramses is like twice his territory, it's not going to matter. So what this really drives home is how bad of a situation it is when you practice one religion and literally no one else in the world practices that religion. Okay, well, he built the daimyo for somebody's Taoism. Okay. Yeah, this city is pretty toast. There's even catapults to take out the defenses. Like, Ahsoka can put more units in there, but the defenses are down now. And like Napoleon similarly has a stack moving on Rems, which doesn't have a lot of attack units right now, but by the time the defenses are down, it probably will. Monty would be able to capture this city if he actually could build his catapults. He just finished researching the tech. Wait, was this city already captured? Ramses must have taken this city on the first turn of the war, because it's not an Indian city name. It has Calcutta. So that must have already been captured, and it must have been before I refreshed the map. Varanasi should be toast here, though. If not on this turn, then on the following one. Yeah, some of these war declarations have been really random. So, city was not captured this turn, but it's getting quite low. And I think Ahsoka is definitely the leader in the clubhouse for first to die right now. Because he's made a lot of enemies. Alright, there we go. Varanasi falls. This city's under attack. Has Monty built any catapults yet? Yeah, he's got them under production. So Mansa building Statue of Zeus could be useful later on. Will make it hard for anyone to capture territory from him. Oh, or at least it's going to make it hard for people to fight extended wars against him. How's Pakal doing with his slow siege? Still just has the one catapult, but when the defenses are finally down, he'll probably be able to take that city. Oh, I think it looks like he attacked. Didn't go as well as I thought it might. Yeah, it looks like his attack force kind of got shredded. But that probably pulled attention away from Monty? Maybe not. Maybe Zara is just fighting a good war. He did get a great general off of cleaning up that stack. This is probably the city that's most likely to fall next. Well, never, maybe not. 3 longbows could be tough. So yeah, no one's died yet, but we do seem to be headed in that direction. Pac-Man forgot to take his power pellets this morning. Yeah, he's not playing a great game here, is he? Not doing so great. Could open himself up to a counterattack if Zara and Monty sign peace. Yeah, Monty still has no catapults in this force over here. I guess he's just building them now. And Egypt's on the march again. Looks like this is their main stack here. Yep. So Delhi could be the next target. Not really anything to stop them. Mansa continues building every wonder under the sun right now. Mansa's so peaceful, he almost never starts wars, but he's pretty good at capturing territory once a war starts, just because he's almost always ahead in tech. Still, this game, it could be Ramses who's the one who's just ahead. Now, Ramses got the elephants, too. Nice. He's got a lot of catapults there. So I guess Chin is technically still at war with Ahsoka as well, but I'd be surprised if he did too much, because he doesn't. I don't think he has construction tech. Just check on Chin real quick. No, he does. Okay, so he could siege down a city or two. I don't see any catapults with this first attack force. Well, Pakul's teching is probably fine for right now. It's just long term, he's going to struggle because he just doesn't have very many cities. Like, a lack of cities is not as big of a deal in the early game, but like by the end of the game, if you have 5 cities and someone has 30, they're going to be teching faster than you. All right, defenses are down in Delhi. And, I mean, there's a lot of units there, but how long can they hold? Apparently not very long. Yeah, this isn't Civ 5. All right, so that's pretty significant. We see the capital falling. No wonders in there. And Ramses also built the Great Great Library too. He's definitely having a great game. Avoided getting attacked early, and then like kind of allowed Ahsoka to exhaust himself militarily in the war with Napoleon, followed by attacking at a really good moment, and now he's starting to take over territory. I wouldn't be surprised if like almost all of Egypt ends up, or almost all of India ends up in the hands of Egypt here. That would definitely make them the favorite. All right, and we've got the Apostolic Palace done too, and it's attuned to Ramses' religion. Yeah, he's kind of checking all the boxes. All right, and Zara ended his wars and apparently gave this city over to Monty for some reason. Who knows why? I don't understand why he would do that. I guess he perceived himself to be losing the war, which I don't think he was. So that's kind of random. We need to give the observer Civ Islam as a result. Here we go. So now we'll get to see the AP stuff. Okay. Zara's game has been pretty ruined by Monty. I know some of you put that in the chat when he got declared on, and it does feel like that's been the case. It's like Monty, yep, he's always ruining somebody's game. I'm a little surprised Napoleon hasn't had more success in pushing against Rems up here. Because like Napoleon's, well, I guess maybe Napoleon's just kind of weak because he doesn't have very many cities, but I thought he'd be able to make more success. Oh, well, there it goes. Okay. Gave up the ghost. Well, that really clears the field for Ramses to just mop up all of India here. All right. Oh yeah, we got a scroll bar now. There's so many people voting. Okay, Ramses, not surprisingly, is the winner. Mansa was apparently the other candidate, but everybody voted for Ramses. Note that Mansa has the most total pop right now, or at least the most Islamic pop. That might not be total pop. Although I think it might as well be. This Barb City is still holding out for the moment, too. Yeah, next big question is who is Monty attacks next? Yep, you know he's going to attack somebody. If you're curious about the diplomacy screen, here's a look. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in 1 minute. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh yeah. So one thing that could happen in this game is there are a number of high peace weight leaders. If all the low peace weight leaders get eliminated, we could have a very peaceful end to the game. So we'll see who ends up getting eliminated. I just had to get a quick drink because I've been talking a little bit too long. I try to avoid doing that on stream, but just felt that I had to get something to drink real quick. Yeah, also so many people having Islam, yeah. So apparently, does everyone have Islam? Yeah, I guess you guys saw it on the AP screen a minute ago, so yeah, I guess everyone has it present. So the next target's this city up here. Oop. Didn't mean to jump to my own capital. I believe the only wars ongoing right now are the wars between, yeah, the two people at war with Ahsoka is it. Chin over here. Does he have any catapults with this stack? Nope. Ramses is building like every wonder under the sun. I guess Mansa's getting some, but he's industrious with stone, so Egypt's getting a lot of them. Yeah, that attack against Bombay did not succeed. Chin just tossed a bunch of units into the blender and had nothing to show for it. This city is going to be the next one taken, though. I think the defenses are already down. There we go. Yep, Egypt is really starting to make a name for itself now. I mean, Mansa's got a lot of territory, so Mansa's still going to be a force in this game. Like, look at all Mansa's resources as well, all those calendar resources. And he's going to pick up another religion here. But if Egypt gets enough territory, it's not going to matter. Is that 2 cities captured? No, I guess it was just 1. Yeah, there's not a lot left of Ahsoka at this point. We'll see if anyone else joins the feeding frenzy and goes after Ahsoka as a result. Oh, Monty just declared on Mansa. I don't know if that was a good decision, buddy. Let's wait for the printout message to appear. Right? Oh no, it was Mansa declared on him. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry, Monty. I didn't know that it was Mansa attacking you, and Mansa's got a pretty good stack there. Hi, Link Mario Samus. Could be Mansa versus Ramses for a peaceful type. So we put Monty in the game for fun, just because I like having Monty in these games. Africa bros strike again. No Shaka in this game, though. Yeah, wow, okay. Mansa's apparently been building up a pretty good force. This is one thing that Mansa does pretty well, is like, unlike the other like super peaceful AIs, he will build up a stack and attack somebody. On that note, let's look at the power bar graph real quick here. Yeah, look at this. Mansa and Ramses African buddies, as you guys said. I stream on pretty much every single Friday, just to answer your question. Food, those two are also one, two. GNP, those guys are... Yeah, these two seem to be separating from the pack. Sydney. You must have seen somebody outside again. So I wonder, yeah, I wonder where... Well, we'll have to watch and see where Ramses goes next. He's kind of like in the middle of 3 Indian cities, the last 3 Ahsoka cities, and can go in any direction. So the... Stop trading with Ahsoka. Okay. You have fun with that, buddy. So I was going to say Mansa's territory doesn't quite, like, connect to Montezuma's territory, but I guess it does just barely. Like, if Mansa were to build roads through here, he'd have... His territory is kind of in a bizarre shape. One nice thing about Ramses absorbing Ahsoka is his territory is, like, in a nice, nice shape on the map. Shaka, Stalin, Saladin. A contest to see how many times you mix them up. Yeah, seriously. Stalin and Shaka keep getting in the same game repeatedly. All right, so apparently everyone must cancel their trade routes with Ahsoka, which doesn't really matter because Ahsoka's not going to be in this game for much longer. Because like the big Doom Egyptian stack's already on its way. So Monty threw his big stack at Mansa, and he didn't kill it, but he did do a fair amount of damage. Look at how injured the Mansa units are. But the longbows did manage to survive, and now they'll be able to promote. That might shut down the attack on Calyx. Oh, never mind. There was a second stack incoming, so I guess that won't shut down the attack on Calyx now that these other units are incoming. All right, so this must be Hinduism was founded here for Pakal, and then a second religion was founded for Mansa. Mansa got the divine right religion, and Pakal got, I'm presuming, got the philosophy religion. I don't know if either one will be significant in this game or not, but I guess we'll have to see. So let's see if Calyx ends up falling here. Not yet, but I think Monty's army just got decimated by all the fighting. Yeah, there's not much left here, although there's not much left of Mansa's army either. Boy, they both suffered heavy, heavy losses in the fighting. I thought Mansa was likely to take... Oh, geez. Okay, Mansa came out a lot worse for wear. Geez, he lost a ton of units there. I thought Mansa was going to have no trouble sweeping over that city, but maybe not. Maybe not so much. He's not building that many more units either. He's building a lot of mints right now. And meanwhile, Ramses is like walking in circles. He's not exactly pushing the conquest of Ahsoka up there. So we still haven't actually lost anyone in this game yet. No one's actually been eliminated yet. Yeah, Mansa, he put together a nice stack, but Monty had a pretty good defense there. Maybe Mansa needs to come back when his units are at a higher tech level, because he's clearly going to hit rifling like a million years before Montezuma does. Here comes Chin now. If he brought catapults, he might have a chance of taking this city. He did bring catapults, okay. Ahsoka's empire is like not connected to itself at all. I believe the war declaration counter is correct. Nobody has nobody like pointed out that I had missed one, so I'm going to assume that it's correct for the moment. Here comes more. Oh wow, Monty's got another stack. Yeah, Monty he never stops building units, whereas Mansa like had stopped to build a bunch of infrastructure. Although now he's back onto units again. The city has surprisingly little infrastructure, but like the capital has a lot of stuff. And I'm sure, did he finish a mint here too? I guess he hasn't finished his mint. This city, though, I think has one. There it is, with the plus 10% gold. And wow, the mints are good for him because he's got all those. He's got the gold and the gems. But Monty has held in here better than I thought. I don't know what Napoleon's doing with those units there. All right, so I guess apparently Ramses just turned around and decided he wanted to go for Agra. Maybe because it's a holy city. Wait, he's got a couple combat 3 horse archers now. This city should not last very long. The defenses just fell that turn. It's dragging out how long it's taking to kill Ahsoka. But his demise does seem pretty much guaranteed at this point. And yeah, Mansa's attack has been completely pushed back at this point. Monty might even be on the offensive soon. Chin is still attacking there at Bombay. So Agra captured. 7 wars. It should be 7. Okay. I trust you guys in the chat. Especially if multiple people are all saying the same thing. Here's the crossbow that was recommended. There we go. There they are. Ah! Okay, that's not the unit I was looking for. Flying camera mode can sometimes be a little bit weird. Alright, there we go. That'll have to suffice. Not one of the more interesting looking units, I have to say. Mansonator will win over the long term. I mean, maybe. Ramses is looking pretty good right now, I've got to say. Oh, geez, declare war on Ahsoka. Okay, well, not really necessary, but wait, where did Portugal capture a barb city? Oh, down here. Okay, so now Portugal is a city here. Okay, that's not confusing at all. No, I'm not defying the AP resolution. I'm just amused. Chin might be able to capture that city. He has taken out all the defenders. Not that he could hold it afterwards. I mean, this is definitely going to succeed. It succeeded with 940 out of 960 votes. Napoleon voted no and Monty voted no, but everybody else voted yes. All right, well, that's going to be a lot of war declarations. Just wait for them to roll in. Got a war counter moment, yeah. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was this a spur of the moment decision? No. I've been thinking about what to do for the week between the last playoff game and the championship. Didn't Ahsoka build like... He built a couple. I don't think he built that many. All right, so everybody's now at war with... Literally every single Civ in the world is at war with him. How does he feel about everybody else? Yeah, he hates everybody. This war spoils our relationship. He's even at war with the Observer Civ, of course. Yeah, so here comes all the Montezuma units over the border with Mansa. So anyone who is plotting, I mean, he's going to have to attack into castles, so I don't know how much success he's going to have, but... Alright, so Chin did launch an attack against Bombay. He's going to take the city. He won't be able to hold it. It's going to be swallowed up by Ramses' culture afterwards, but he did take the city, so... And now Napoleon's back at war. Napoleon may be able to get this one. It'll be grabbed by his culture afterwards, in any case. World War III, screw Ahsoka. No, we don't count the Observer Civ. Discard your false religion and embrace Islam. I don't even practice a religion. Yeah, here comes everybody. I don't know who's going to get this city, but it's not going to last long. Not with all these armies surrounding it. This city is so screwed. Look at this stack. Armies of a gazillion different nations. Here's the Chinese pipeline. Now China's going to be walking back and forth to Bombay. Doubt they can hold it long term. Monty's even got a random pair of horse archers up here. Let's see who actually gets this city. Someone's going to get it. I'm surprised it hasn't been attacked yet. Close-up of Bombay and Delhi. I mean, this is what the cities look like. I'm not sure what else to say there. It's a huge force attacking this city, so it's anyone's guess what Civ actually gets it. Ethiopia, okay. Random. Up, and it looks like Ramses got the killing blow because this city was captured second. So bye-bye, Ahsoka. That's not surprising that, I mean, once everyone in the world is at war with you, you don't have much of a chance. Yeah, so Ahsoka, yeah, Pataliputra was captured first, and then a Rems was captured second. So if we were tracking kill credit, it would go to Ramses in this one. All right, and that's the end of the first big war in the game, in which Egypt has clearly established some separation from the rest of the field. It's like Ramses is 1, Mansa's a clear 2, and then there's like a whole bunch of people that are pretty close together, with Pakal and Napoleon bringing up the rear. Pakal, oh, I was going to say, where's Pakal going? But he was obviously going to attack that last city. So now the only ongoing war is Monty and Mansa. That's the only war. Boy, there's a lot of happy faces on. Look at all those pleased faces. Jeez. I'd say Napoleon and Montezuma are probably amongst the next ones to go. We will see some of this disappear, though, because a lot of this is shared religion from so many people being Islamic. And eventually some civs will start to get into free religion, so they'll lose that. Yeah, medieval music's a good suggestion. So they'll lose that shared faith bonus once a lot of people go into the go into free religion. Also a good time to look at everybody's science. Let's just do that at turn 175, because a lot of them will get out of war-making mode, and then we can check on them from there. Like, this is an okay stack from Mansa, but I don't see it capturing this city. And Monty's still got a big stack over here. Gao is actually not that well defended at all. Like, Mansa's unlikely to make any real progress against Montezuma until he gets to the next generation of military tech, which he would hit well before Monty, because his research is much better. Oops, let's get that flickering thing off the screen. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't see Calyx here getting captured. Stop the war against Zara. Zara, I didn't even know he was in a war. Did someone just attack him? Okay. Zara has declared on Napoleon. That's pretty random. Already immediately the same turn. Stop the war, though. I don't even know where Zara's army is. He must have it somewhere, or else he wouldn't have launched the attack. Oh well. This city might, well, I was going to say this city might get flipped over to Napoleon, but maybe not, too. Cultural output of Ramses is pretty darn good. I'm sure that this will get voted through. In the AP, I mean. Alright, so as expected, it succeeds. Napoleon voted no, Monty voted no, everyone else voted yes. All the Islamic civs are acting in concert. At least in this game, the AP does make like some actual sense, because there's like a real group of Islamic leaders who are working together. So that war lasted for exactly one turn. And there's the peace treaty. Bombay is the best financial city of Chin. Yeah. Well, not really. It's frantically starving down because it can't work any tiles, but it's the thought that counts. And now Chin's going to be running back and forth through the middle of the map. It is kind of interesting the way this game ended up with a huge Islamic block of leaders, just because the two the two initial religions were like both up in the northern corner of the map, and then that left Ramses free to just spread his religion everywhere. This city has got to be worth a gold mine. Yeah, he's 49 gold per turn from his Islamic shrine. That's pretty impressive. 49. No wonder his economy is so good. I mean, once he gets market plus grocer plus bank in there, that's going to be pumping out wealth. Mansa's about to get knights. Was he researching guilds? All right, so turn 175. Let's look at where everybody's economy is. All right, Chin 145. Also only at 40% research. Pakal 247, much higher. J-Man 373. Zara 142. Ooh, his economy's not great. Mansa 616. Okay, Mansa's doing his thing, and he's even still running 10% espionage, which he won't do forever. So yeah, he's researching at a higher rate than Ramses. Mansa is 616. Napoleon 197. 119 for Monty. Yeah, Monty's research is awful. The other one who's doing pretty well in terms of research is J-Man, but he is building research in a bunch of cities, so that's artificially inflated by that. Mansa's also building Taj Mahal, and he is going to get that unless Ramses can get there. It does look like it's the Mansa and Ramses show right now. Let's just see where they are in the tech. Not all the civs. I just want to see where Mansa is in comparison to Montezuma. Let's see. So Mansa has pretty much all the medieval texts, except he's missing philosophy for some reason. He's just entering the Renaissance. Obviously, he would have the path to go for rifling, but for now, he's still on medieval units. And Monty is, yeah, he's researching engineering, and could research guilds, so he's only one tech away from right now. Monty and Mansa are basically the same in terms of military tech, but that's only going to last so long. I mean, eventually Mansa's going to grab gunpowder and military tradition, and at that point, that's when he can probably start to advance in this work, because Mansa does have more cities. Montezuma only has 6 cities. I guess he has that one too, for some reason. I also wouldn't be shocked if Zara tries to return to that war. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that war because it's the only one ongoing. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see more wars break out soonish. Ramses seems to want liberalism as his prize instead. Oh, and yeah, Mansa is getting attacked here. Like, there's a lot of medieval units. Only medieval units, but there are an awful lot of them here on the part of Montezuma. Sometimes he can have success just through sheer numbers. Now, with a castle here, plus the fact that Mansa Musa built Chichen Itza, it's going to take him quite a while. I've spoken unfavorably of the decision to remove backdoor domination. Yeah, I think if you can muster up 65% of the game's population, you've already won the game, and you should just be able to vote yourself the winner. Triple Gem City. Which one is that? Oh, that's the one he was attacking. He actually pillaged the gems. They're not connected for Monty. But yeah, this would be quite a prize if Mansa could get it. He's going to have to survive this attack first, though. Like, there's a lot of units here. Looks like about 20-ish units. I mean, pikes in that city and longbows are pretty good defenders. Still, I think if Monty could get the defenses down to 0 and just attack with everything, he'd have decent odds to take the city. We'll see if Mansa manages to get up to, like, gunpowder in the time it takes to bombard the defenses down. Ramsey gets liberalism. Let's see what he picked up with that. We also should check where Ramses is on the tech tree. He picked up astronomy. Yeah, he's basically even with Mansa Musa right now in tech. Maybe even slightly ahead because he got the free tech. Meanwhile, Mansa wants the economics prize, apparently. I'd say they're pretty even right now, the two of them. Gao isn't Mansa's only metal, is it? I don't think so, but that's a good question. No, he's got more elsewhere. Good question, though. Let's see. Oh, Mansa was in a golden age. Oh, maybe Mansa's research output wasn't that great. I didn't realize he was in a golden age when we did that comparison. 514 against. Okay, yeah, they're basically equal in teching right now. Very close between the two of them. So Mansa's research wasn't better than Ramsey's. He was just in a golden age at the time. That makes sense. Yeah, so Gao is slowly losing its defenses. 24 units around there. Oh, but wait, Ramses was also in a golden age. They were both in golden ages. They were both in golden ages. So Mansa 550, Ramses 481. Okay, so we reached the right conclusion, but for the wrong reason. He also just obsoleted his Colossus. That's true, but he didn't have very many coastal cities to begin with. It was probably worthwhile to do that because he can now stack up both universities and observatories. And the observatories are actually cheaper to build than the universities, but of course they don't give culture the way universities do. A surprisingly peaceful game right now with just this one war going on. Yeah, it's a building Versailles. Yeah, Mansa keeps just cranking out the wonders, although he is getting a fair number of knights now, which is... Oh, he's going to have Taj Mahal for another golden age. Never underestimate Mansonomics. Remember when the city Autoghost was like buried in jungle? All cut down now? Long since chopped down? Oh, okay. Well, that's going to make things a little more interesting for Mansa. Now he's going to have to defend himself in a two-front war. So that's going to make things harder on him. Meanwhile, Ramses is still skating by. Note that the two people at war with Mansa are the two people who are not in Islam as a religion. I mean, Napoleon's not that strong, but I mean, just having two leaders at once. Okay, Napoleon's pretty darn weak. Here's Mansa, and then Ramses is just kind of floating above the rest of the field right now. That's peace weight for you. Of course, with 125% defenses there, going to take Napoleon an awful long time to get through that. That's the advantage of having Chichen Itza. It does slow down the approach. Now, Mansa, of course, is not going for gunpowder. He's going for Constitution. Did he pick up gunpowder quickly? Nope. Economics, Constitution, Corporation. All right, well, this is him being too peaceful for his own good. He could have easily gone gunpowder, military tradition. Monty and Napoleon both do have Islam, so no crusade resolution possible against them. I'm assuming that's what the correct question had in mind. How many units does Mansa have in here? All right, he just started Golden Age. Meanwhile, oh wait, never mind. I was going to say meanwhile Zara has a stack. This is just Monty's stack. Apparently, Mansa hit this stack with some catapults because a lot of these units are not full health. Oh, well, the top units just changed here. Oh. Well, it looks like Mansa attacked, and it looks like Mansa freaking won, because there are no Monty units here. Or they signed peace. Alternately, they may have just signed peace, because Ramses just attacked Montezuma. Great generals being born everywhere. Alright, so they did sign peace, but I think a fair number of Monty's stack got killed. This is really good for Ramses. Yeah, look at that. A lot of units just died. Mansa's the statue of Zeus, it's true. The war weariness had to have been pretty bad. But Ramses now has a war with Montezuma, who's exhausted from the fighting and is in prime position to be conquered. That said, I don't think this is a war that Ramses was planning. I think he was bought into the war because he doesn't have like a stack charging across the border. Mansa is still at war with Napoleon, though, and Napoleon may have bitten off more than he can chew. Like, we might see Mansa up there relatively soon. Oh, we gotta tick up the war counter, because I didn't do that. Monty's one big siege and he blew it. I mean, that's part of what having Chichen Itza does, though. It means it takes forever for those sieges. And it gives the defender time to, like, rally units. So now we got to see about the Napoleon situation, and then also if Ramses can gather his units together into a huge doom stack. It'll probably take Ramses a few turns to do that, but when he does, he certainly has enough units, Ramses does. And Monty's forces are so technologically outdated. I mean, I guess they're fine for right now, but long term, they're not going to go well. Yeah, this stack's going to get cleaned up soon. Mansa hit it with some siege units, and it's just a matter of time until it gets cleaned up. Right now, Napoleon's trying to heal them with a medic unit, but like the knights will easily win every single one of those 1v1 unit matchups. Yeah, so that stack just got absolutely slaughtered. There's a chariot and 2 catapults left, and they'll be dead on the next turn. So Napoleon just lost like his whole army. Meanwhile, oh, here we go. Here's Ramsey's Doom stack. 62 units. Yep, that'll do. That'll do it. 62 units. Oh, and now Zara is getting in on the fun. And Bakal is getting in on the fun on the opposite side? Okay. I am confused. I suspect these are people buying in allies into the war. I think. Zara has a lot to gain from this, though, because he could capture a fair amount of territory from Monty. I mean, he'll certainly take this back. That's guaranteed. And then it's just how much more can he get. Pakal being in the war, I have no idea. Let's look at the power graph again, just because we've got a couple people in the war. All right, so Ramses is way out in front. Zara, Mansa's actually at peace right now, though. Napoleon and Monty and Pakal down here. This looks like the low peace weight civs are in their process of exiting the game right now. Yeah, Mansa has not captured any land. Well, Mansa's no longer in a war, so he doesn't not have an opportunity to take territory. Close up on the Mayan worker. All right. They pretty much just look like shirtless guys with hammers. Working away on that mine. Building a windmill, apparently. Okay. Why did Mansa peace with France? I don't think... Oh, wait. I don't think Mansa did. I'm sorry. I think Mansa's still at war. Yeah, he's still at war with Napoleon. I'm sorry. I forgot that he was still involved in that war. So we shouldn't take long until we see Milanese units marching their way up there. Always worth pausing to watch shirtless guys with hammers. Yeah. Now, what's Zara going to target first? I would think he would target this city, but you never know. The AI can be weird with its pathfinding. And indeed, it looks like he's not targeting that city. Well, it won't take too long for Ramses to just roll through. He doesn't have any siege units in this stack. So I'll probably wait for them to join. But you never know. Oh, wait. Zara has units over here because he took Pataliputra up there earlier. Okay, yeah, enough request spam. Yeah, there's a decent Zara stack here. So far, Mansa still doesn't have a force in French territory, but you would expect that he would put a stack together and move it up there. Oh, here they are. Yep, here comes the units right there and right there. So they are on their way up to France. In the meantime, though, the action still seems to be in the Aztec territories, unless Pakal's managed to do something. Oh, never mind. Pakal's got his end siege going. So we should check in on this, too, from time to time at Lalabela. I guess Pakal's just desperate to get more territory, and he figures this might be the best time to do it. But he's going to rack up a whole bunch of "you declared war on our friend" malices with the rest of the field by doing this. So Ramses, again, gets all the votes. Ramses' population is zoomed way out in front of Mansa's, though. Remember how Mansa was slightly ahead of him a little bit earlier? Taking all those cities now has Ramses pretty far out in front. This city looks like the next one to be focused. What culture forced the revolt in the Zara city between Monty and Ramses? Good question. So this city was captured by Ramses. In the Zara city between... Aztec. Aztec, so not likely to be an issue long term. And of course, Chin still has this one random city here. Yeah, so Tlaxcala fell. The city's getting low on defenses. I think Bakal's going to capture this one. He should attack in a turn or two. Look at all those triremes running around out in the water. Yeah, has not attacked yet, but will soon. And has Mansa made it up to France yet? Nope, still not quite there. Here they are, on their way. Moving 3 tiles each turn. So Ramses did a big civic swap. He did not give up he did not go to free religion, though. I mean, Zara's still doing decently in this game. This city doesn't have like any Ethiopian culture, so it should be fine. And this city was finally captured by Zara, to no one's surprise. So who survives longer, Monty or Napoleon? I think Napoleon, but I'm not sure. Because Monty's getting assaulted from multiple sides right now. There's the Milanese stack. Still on its way. Yeah, Napoleon maybe should have thought a little bit more about that war against Mansa Musa. I mean, I guess it made sense in the moment, but has kind of backfired. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to check in on this. Okay, so it was taken by Pakal and then retaken by Zara. And it's probably going to be retaken again this turn. Nope, or not. Although Pakal is continuing to get more units into the fray. Yeah, Pakal's a lot more units, so I'd imagine he would take that. Barb City in the Tundra Falls. Okay. Where is the Egyptian stack right now? I guess Egypt hasn't... Here it is. It's back here. Hasn't really moved out yet. Meanwhile, Mansa is... but Mansa has 1 treb with this stack. Ugh. Whatever city he attacks is going to take forever because he's got the 1 trebuchet. Needs to bring up more siege units. So Mansa could get stuck for a very long time. Ramses tech path, whether he's going for rifling? Okay. Good question. No, not yet. He hasn't queued it up. He's actually going for democracy next. Yeah, Mansa already has democracy, so Mansa's... They're still very close on tech, which is amazing because Ramses is much larger than Mansa. Mansa's getting the security bureaus, and he's already started Statue of Liberty, so he will probably land this because he's got the head start. The security bureaus are pretty key for the AI because they get enough espionage points that they stop running the stupid espionage slider. Yeah, he's already at geez, look at his capital. 316 beakers per turn already. Man. Yeah, so Mansa's already at 100% research, 1,000 beakers per turn. And Ramses at 753. Geez, it's just amazing that Mansa can put out that much research, even though he's like half the size of Ramses right now. Boy, both sides are just pouring more units into Lalibela right now. Oh, okay, so Zara's got quite a force here as well. Yeah, I thought Pakal would recapture the city, but with this big army from Zara moving down, maybe not so much. So it looks like Teotihuacan is going to be the next target. And this stack here actually does have adequate siege units in it. Golden Age Mansa is disgusting. All right, turn 200. Time to do our overview. So GMP, yep, I mean, we said these two were neck and neck, and you can definitely tell that they are neck and neck here. Now, both of them continue to ignore rifling, but eventually they will be forced to research rifling, and then they will just stomp all over Montezuma, who is working on banking right now. Production, looks like Ramses clearly has the most production right now. You can see the Golden Age bumps for each civ. Yep, it's interesting that Zara has actually slipped ahead of Mansa now for food, which reflects that Zara has more total pop than Mansa Musa. Mansa's just not gained any territory all game since the early stages. He may have enough to win the game regardless, but I guess we'll have to see. Power, Ramses is first here. No one has gotten the big rifling bump yet. And culture, looks like Ramses is leading there. Looks like he's used some great artists for culture bombs too. I wouldn't be shocked if Mansa or Ramses goes for a cultural victory. They both are pretty heavy cultural things. Yeah, Zara's just bigger than Mansa. That's why his food's pulled ahead. And Zara has a chance to conquer some territory from Pakal too, which might be nice. I don't think Zara has much of a chance of winning, but more territory is, of course, always good to have. Right now, it looks like more of a race between Mansa and Ramses for either space or culture. I'm surprised everyone's been sticking with Islam, too. I'm surprised no one's gone free religion. Yep, Zara has decisively won the fight with Pakal over Lalibela. He broke the siege, and now Chichen Itza is probably the next target. And oh yeah, there's not a lot of units there for Pakal. Yeah, Pakal's power is definitely dropped by a fair margin. Up here, I mentioned that this siege of Orleans is going to take forever because there's only exactly one siege unit here. So Mansa will be stuck there for like the next 25 turns. What is the so the Egyptian stack is attacking Teotihuacan. It's on this tile. Oh, stop the war against Pakal. Okay, it's on this tile right here, and it's in the process of bombarding down. It took a little while for Ramses to reassemble his stack. I'm not sure why he had trouble doing that, but it did take him some time. The other stack more to the east. This is a pillaging stack. They're just wandering around pillaging tiles, as far as I can tell. If they're doing more than that, I don't know what they're doing. So another city went down. Stop the fighting amongst our brothers in faith. Succeeds. Who? Oh, okay. Well, this could be good. Now Chin is declared on Mansa. I assume that... Yeah, I assume that that was Chin being bought into the war by Napoleon. But it does open up an opportunity for Mansa to capture some more territory. Territory that's not on the other side of the map from him. Because, like, this city seems like an obvious target for Mansa. Yeah, this is a much better war. Mansa should sign peace with Napoleon and pursue this war. Because, like, Chin does not appear ready to fight a war at all. Also, Mansa, it can't be too much longer before he gets rifling tech. Like, he already has scientific method and democracy and corporation. He's really running out of things to research that aren't military tradition, gunpowder, or rifling. Now, he'll probably go on to physics next, because that's just what he does. Don't be shocked if he goes for communism and physics next, but like he really is going to have to research one of these techs soon. Oh, he's even building Oxford in his capital. Jeez. Gonna get another plus 100% research here. God, his research is just crazy. He's so good at the economic side of the game. All right, well, anyway. So Zara is no longer at war with Pakal. They patched up their war. Basically, Monty is still in the process of disintegrating, down to just 3 cities left. Finally, it's time for the joke. Looks like Chin's going to take it on the chin. Very nice. Yep, Matt's going to go communism, physics, everything but guns techs. Yep, pretty much. Although he is, like I said, he's hitting the point where he's not going to have a choice. Meanwhile, Ramses just continues to conquer territory. This stack would easily capture Orleans. Well, maybe not easily. There is a decent number of defenders. See if Mansa's putting anything together back at home. He's still building infrastructure, but maybe after that gets done. He is likely to get Statue of Liberty. Well, actually, Chin might get this. Chin's slightly ahead. Boy, this would be a big wonder for Chin if he finishes it first. Because he's an organized religion and he is industrious. And the industrious bonus might just be enough. They're both an organized religion right now. Yeah, I think I think Ramses maybe has the edge in the Statue of Liberty race, which would be huge for him because he has so many cities. Monty's slowly dying. This city, Orleans, losing 4% of its defenses every turn. Mansa just went free religion, though. Free speech and free religion. And uni-suffrage. was going to say that might actually speed up his build time for Statue of Liberty, but maybe not. Actually seemed to have slowed it slightly. Oh, because he gave up organized religion. That's why it slowed down. Anyway. So yeah, so far I don't see any... Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong border. I was going to say, so far I don't see any units crossing the border. But I think I was looking at the wrong border. Yeah, so Mansa is onto physics. I guess he wants the great science. He wants the scientist there. Determinedly avoiding those. Meanwhile, Chin's on printing press, so there is a world where Chin actually gets rifling before. He's on printing press replaceable parts, whereas Mansa is way ahead in tech, but has not actually gone there. Still doesn't even have gunpowder yet, which is just incredible for someone who's on the physics line, but I guess he really wants that great scientist. Mansa dropping out of Islam, though, probably hurts him diplomatically with a lot of these leaders. I'll just check that. So where's Mansa on here? So this is how he feels. Yeah, it feels like he drops to cautious with Bakal as a result of this. Where's how people feel about him? Yep, so back to Bakal, cautious with Bakal, and Mansa will plot where it pleased, so he could attack some of these people. Expect to see Tenochtitlan get captured either this turn or next turn. Yep, there it goes. Ramses is continuing to take over more and more of the map. Oh yeah, that's right. Zara is still at war with Monty too. Monty converts to Buddhism. Great. Convert to a religion that everybody hates. Actually, now they could call for a crusade against Monty because he dropped out of... he has no more cities with Islam in them. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, still not much. Okay, so Ramses went for the communism prize. Mansa went for the physics prize. So they're going to split the free great people at those two techs. Look at Chengdu. It doesn't even control one of its first ring tiles. You'd think that this is where Mansa would attack. It just takes forever to get rid of all those castle defenses in this era of the game. These units apparently got hit with some kind of collateral damage, but I suspect they're just healing up. So yeah, most of Mansa's army is just sitting outside Orleans, slowly taking out 4% of the city every turn because there's one trebuchet with this outside this. Looks like they got hit by more siege units again. Gonna need to, but they have a medic unit, so they'll heal up. I think Napoleon sacrificed his siege units there. You think Mansa's going to get a great engineer and use it on Statue of Liberty? That would be a really smart play for him. Let's see if he does that. I don't see him building it, so he might very well have just used it at Gal. Let's see. Yep. You guys called it. Really good spot in the chat there. Nabexal and Reverend both spotted it ahead of time. So that's really key, not just because he gets the free specialist, but because he denies a free specialist in every city to his northern rival. Really nice pop there for him. He's also going to get a great profit here in a turn. And I wonder if we'll use that. I guess he'll use that on a shrine. He did found multiple religions. He just hasn't adopted any of them. Has he gotten the Christian? No, he hasn't done that. And he had another. He also founded Confucianism too. Like, does he have the shrine for that? Nope. So he can easily adopt one of them. So if you're curious about the overall religious setup, Islam, world religion, 57% of the pop. And then Buddhism's fairly well spread too. I guess Confucianism has been spread a little bit, and then the other ones are just trace religions. Judaism was the first religion founded, but Monty never spread it at all, so it didn't end up doing very much as a religion. Anyway, Texcoco is the last Aztec city. We should see Monty removed from the game soon enough. This war has, in the end, I'll stop the war against Qin. Well, that would be a bad war to pass, although it's going to. Because it means that Mansa will lose his opportunity to grab that territory. Instead, he's still slowly attacking this city with that one treb. Poor Mansa. Yeah, the Jewish holy city just has played no real role in this game at all. Isn't this the holy city? Which one is it? It was Monty's second city. I thought that this was it earlier in the game. Oh well, maybe not. Yeah, Napoleon is definitely going to be the next one to fall because he's practicing again a religion no one else practices. Teotihuacan, okay. So as expected, this one also succeeds. Literally everyone voted for it. Qin started the war and he voted yes. Mansa also votes yes. Pretty crazy. So Ramses used that great person for a golden age. All right, there's the peace treaty going through. With this many Egyptian and Ethiopian units, it shouldn't take long for the defenses at the last Aztec city to get taken out and then removed. Meanwhile, Orleans is still slowly getting bombarded down. I think Napoleon has more than enough units to defend it now. I think the AP Stop the War screws up and reverses the roles of who declared the war and who it was declared upon. I think I should reveal the map again. No problem. Let's get rid of the... look at that stack. I mean, this is the way that like every game ends for Monty, right? He manages to make everyone furious with him, and then he gets eliminated. Let's just face it, this happens over and over. Well, Mansa's now on rifling. A little late for him, but he is on the tech now. And there's not much left. I don't know who moves first, Ramses or Zara. I think it's Ramses, but I'm not 100% certain. Whichever one of them moves first will definitely get the city, because they both have more than enough to capture it. Nope, Zara. Zara was the got it. I thought it would be Ramses. All right. So Zara has a successful war. Picked up a couple cities. He picked up these three. And Monty bites the dust. And turned 216 Mansa. I would say that's probably late for him in some ways. Like, he can get there earlier than that. All right, so Ramses went to state property, which is a very smart civic for him to get into due to the size of his territory. Somehow Bombay is still owned by Qin. It's got the this is a valuable city because it's got that shrine in it. Like, it is costing him some maintenance, but it's worth way more than that due to shrine income. Let's see what we've got for in terms. Well, no, let me do advance a couple turns because some of these civs are still in war making mode, just to see what they are doing once they're in like peaceful mode. Although I should probably check it now because Mansa's going to turn down his science as soon as he finishes rifling. All right, so Qin 430 beakers per turn, Pakal 500, J-Man 1,000, doing a lot better there. Zara 800, Mansa 1,000. Oh wow, look at J-Man, equal with Mansa. Napoleon 200, and Ramses, oh boy, 1620. Is he in a golden age? Because if he's not, that's bad news for the rest of the field. He is in a golden age though, I believe. Because he's getting 2 production on this town. All right, so we'll have to check when he comes out of his golden age. Yeah, this is probably a good time to change up the music. I agree with that suggestion. So we'll go Renaissance now, because that's where a lot of the civs are. And the only war I believe right now is between Mansa Musa and Napoleon. All right, see you later, Link. Yeah, Mansa's attack definitely kind of petered out. He just took way too long. If he'd attacked sooner, maybe. Needs to get, yeah, needs to bring some rifles up there. Let's see if he turned down science to, yep. See, he turned down his science to get some of these. Also now getting military tradition. Obviously has gunpowder, or else he wouldn't be able to build rifles. So he is the first one to the rifles and calves military plateau. Which means that if this war continues and Mansa makes a serious attempt to attack, he should be able to run over Napoleon with no trouble, since Napoleon is still in the medieval era. I mean, I guess he got gunpowder tech for his musketeers, but he's researching music. That means he's pretty far away. Ramses is pretty much right there, too. But Ramses is no longer in a war. I kind of want Ramses to attack Qin just so he can get rid of this little hole in his territory. That said, the chance to revolt is pretty high, so there's a good chance this just flips to Egypt eventually. Like, doesn't necessarily have to be gifted. It'll just end up swallowed up by Egyptian culture. Even Pataliputra might end up consumed by Egyptian culture eventually, just because there's multiple cities pushing on it from different sides. Yeah, so that's it for the... We're pretty much in a peaceful state right now. The only war is Napoleon and Mansa doesn't seem to be putting a stack together, at least not at the moment. I guess we'll spot it if it heads north. Like, there's a random pike here, but whatever. Musketeers? Yeah, we can look at the musketeers. All right, never mind. Here comes the new Mansa stack. He still only has one treb with it, though. All right, musketeer. There you go. You can get both the knight and also the musketeer in this shot. Along with that Napoleon kind of background music. So we should see those units showing up in French territory in a couple turns. Yeah, no problem. Oh, wow, now this is interesting. Zara is now the leader in the AP. Not Ramses, even though Ramses has the most most Islamic population. That's interesting. Yeah, fitting that there's 3 of them, indeed. So Zara now has got the control of the AP. J-Man's been building a lot of research. He's just been using the build research option a whole bunch. Poor Mansa, building Wall Street and not doing it in a shrine city. AI is not always the smartest about that. Mansa sure does have a lot of cottages, though, doesn't he? Now Zara's also on the rifling bandwagon. And Ramses is already there. Now this could be interesting. Pakal signs defensive pact with Qin. That could be fun. Bring somebody into a war they weren't expecting to fight. Ramses on steam power, Mansa on electricity. Mansa's probably not that far away from tanks, honestly, because he researched so many other... Well, this is a disappointing stack. It's more technologically advanced, but there's still hardly any units in it. Because Mansa researched so many techs, he probably can dump from rifles up to first infantry, and then after that, tanks pretty quickly. All right, this is starting to look a little bit better. Although some of these are Ramses units, but this is starting to look like a more decent-sized stack. Yeah, Zara backdoor Diplo, interesting. Yeah, that could happen. Also, good catch on Bombay revolting. Let's... Yep. Or was it revolting? Either it might not be revolting, it might just be losing its tiles, but in any case, it's not going to last too much longer. Because this tile's about to flip over to Egyptian control, and the center tile isn't looking much better. All right, this is looking better. Mansa's got, well, 2 trebuchets, geez. But at least the cultural defenses have not fully recharged at Orleans. They do take a while to get restored. But it looks like he signed a peace treaty with Napoleon, because otherwise his units wouldn't have turned around. All right. So Pakal wants to start the war, so I suspect that's why he signed peace. Now this, again, gives Mansa a chance to capture territory. Or maybe they just turned around on their own accord. Maybe not. I thought that they might sign peace. I didn't think you'd just turn the stack around. Oh, maybe he wanted to grab some more units. Now there's 3 trebuchets. Pakal is still very much medieval. And he's researching democracy. So this is going to be, yeah, full-on gunpowder-based units against medieval units. And that's probably not going to go well for Pakal, but I guess we'll see. Mansa's still pretty low on the power progress, at least in comparison to Ramses. But he is here and Pakal's there. Maybe this will actually get Mansa Musa to stop building research and build more units. He does have a tendency to just build research if he gets ahead. Nope, still building research in a couple cities. Ah, Mansa, if you would just capture more territory for yourself. Yeah, that stack that was fighting Napoleon has completely turned around and is heading back. It's turned around and is now heading for Pakal, I guess. Ramses is upgrading rifles. Yes, he is. He is currently upgrading. That is correct. I wonder if Mansa's going for a cultural victory. This Pakal stack doesn't seem to be doing very well against the rifles and the cavalry. Yeah, he hits this group with like some collateral damage, but it doesn't look like it actually killed anything. Pakal's like, oh my god, I made a horrible mistake. It looks like Mansa just entered the modern era because all his graphics just got updated. Like the cottage graphics do change with the era. So like if you look at the late game cottages, you know, they look like skyscrapers, which is kind of cool. I love the way how that works over time. Like you can literally see like little suburbs of the cities developing over time. There's a Statue of Liberty, by the way, hanging out next to the Colosseum. Anyway, there's a lot of detail in this game that you really can't see when you're playing because you have to be zoomed out. Yep, Mansa got radio. Stop the well. Here we go. Another stop the war. Mansa just has not really been prosecuting these wars, has he? Interesting that Zara's score has now slipped ahead of Mansa, although Mansa's about to get mass media. So that war didn't last very long. All right, well, that was fun. Mansa definitely does not seem to have a killer instinct in the way that some of these other leaders do. Yep, Mansa would definitely benefit from having more territory, but he might be okay. I mean, he is kind of the tech leader. He's going to finish the... He's probably going to build UN here shortly. Oh, now Qin is attacking him. Okay. All right, Qin, another leader who's very much in the medieval period. Mansa sure seems to get attacked a lot. He did bring this stack back. Look at the power bar graphs again. Well, he's pretty even with Qin, but he is more advanced. He's pretty lucky that he's able to get away with this because he doesn't have a lot of units. If he would just build some more units, like Niani's about to get attacked, you would think he would build units there. Ramses versus Mansa culture check. Sure, good thing to look at. All right, so it looks like Ramses is clearly ahead in that race. Ramses has 3 cities over 10k. Now remember, it's only the last city that really matters. It doesn't matter who gets to 2 cities first, it's whoever gets the 3rd city. It's true, Mansa doesn't get a chance to tech in peace. He is the highest peace weight in the game, so he keeps getting attacked by the low peace weight civs. Giza versus Gao is kind of the thing to check right now. So Gao is making 224, and Giza 207. So they're, again, very comparable. The difference is Mansa is not fighting is in these wars. Meanwhile, Ramsey is just at peace, and he's building research in every city. So he's got to be ahead of Mansa. 1,400 against, well, not really, although Ramses is still upgrading units because he's running gold. Ramses will definitely pull ahead once he turns the gold slider down to 0. Also, Mansa better watch to make sure he doesn't lose one of his cities here to a swarm of Chinese units. I don't think he's in too much danger of that happening, but I mean, it is in play as a possibility. Oh, war counter needs another one. Okay. Sorry about that. Got caught up in looking at bar graphs instead. Okay. Is he? Yeah, and now the UN's already under construction. Although it's going to take a while. This is not exactly a high production city here. We'll see if Ramses is able to finish it first. So Qin is researching rifling. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to lose the core of his army before he finishes it. Mansa's on steel, though, which is kind of interesting. Definitely a lot of fighting over here. Has Ramses turned science back? Nope, he's still only at 40% beaker. Wow, he's really upgrading units. His power's got to be out of control as a result. I've also lost the bar graphs with him. Yeah, I was going to say his power has to be spiking because he's been upgrading a ton of units. One city building Broadway, the city next door building a catapult. Yeah, that did get auto-upgraded in Q to a cannon. But yeah, I hear you. It's kind of jarring. I mean, cannons stick around for a very long time. There's even a Napoleon force over here, but I can't see that having much success capturing Gao. Who can Ramses declare on? Good question. I believe Ramses will not declare war at pleased. I could be wrong, but I think he... Oh, apparently the only one he can attack is Napoleon. So I think Napoleon's the only one he could attack. Could be wrong, though. So Mansa gets Broadway. Qin has just finished rifling, so that's going to mean no easy, immediate conquest by Mansa. He'll have to actually work for it. Although this city looks like it's pretty toast. Because it's right on the border. We'll see. These borders have been so stagnant for so long in this area. I'm legitimately shocked that that Napoleon is still alive in this game. I don't know how someone hasn't attacked him and finished him off. I think he's still running around with knights and musketeers. It does definitely feel like Egypt has run away with the game to a certain extent. Stop the war against Qin. Okay, here we go again. See if this stack is able to capture this city first. The turn will happen first, followed by the resolution. Nope. Did succeed. Everybody voted for it. Actually, no, Mansa didn't. Everyone other than Mansa voted for it. So there goes another one. Yeah, cannons will last a long time. 2 turns artillery. Well, I guess not in that case. He went straight from catapults to artillery very quickly. Yeah, Mansa's problem is every war he's going to fight with someone who's not Napoleon just gets shut down by the AP almost immediately. Yeah, well, Mansa goes for all the late game wonders. All right, assembly line finished for Ramses. Does Mansa has skipped assembly line, hasn't he? Yeah, he skipped steam power and assembly line. He's like way past it on some of these other tech lines. Kind of weird considering the power of assembly line, but okay. Meanwhile, Ramses did pick up that tech. Yeah, meanwhile, Ramses has picked that one up. And fascism. Plus combustion. Kind of weird paths they're taking through the tree, the two of them. I guess they just have different research preferences. It's funny that Mansa, despite being at war like forever, has not conquered any territory. He cleaned up the Napoleon stack that was attacking Gao before. So perhaps he will now finally return to deal with Napoleon with his artillery pieces. I mean, his artillery would just shred the French units to a ridiculous degree. Like, artillery against... Oh, now that's interesting. Zara having a defensive pact with Ramses. So if, like, Pakal were to attack Zara, that would bring in Ramses. So I'm just going to advance these turns until we get Mansa's units up here, because I suspect that's where they're going. I know we saw some random artillery pieces in there. All right, and so that's another even turn number. Napoleon adopts representation. Okay. Mansa's looking good for culture. I mean, if he chooses to go for it, he would have to turn on the slider. Like it's not going to happen unless he turns on the slider, though. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. It's pretty close as far as space race goes. All right, let's check out the score or the bar graphs. Yep, Qin number 1, Mansa number 2, everybody else trailing. Can you tell when he got assembly line? All the factories and the power plants. Food. Yeah, Zara's pulled way ahead of Mansa in food now. Zara clearly has the second most territory. And he's upgraded all his units. Culture is very close between the two of them. All right, on we go. Napoleon's still building war elephants. Did Ramses just declare war on him? Because I did see a lot of Egyptian units running across the border. Maybe Ramses is like, Mansa, you've had your opportunity. I'm just gonna take over these French cities. Yeah, there it is. Ramses is like, all right, you screwed around long enough, Gandhi. I'm gonna take these cities. Also, Ramses, a very peaceful AI. He's been quite aggressive today. So bye-bye, Napoleon. And Egypt will get even larger as a result. It's going to be nothing but Egypt on the entire top side of the map. Too bad for Mansa, but like he really hasn't done a good job. Oh, here's Mansa. So he's over here now. He didn't bring any sea. Oh no, he has artillery with this stack. Okay, well that's good for him. Artillery will make short work of the city defenses. And then it's just a matter of riding on to the next city. Yeah, it's too bad for Man. So Orleans also fell as well. Qin just converted to Buddhism. Oh, Qin. Oh, boy. See, he's got the Buddhist holy city. So he just converted. Yep. Oh, boy. Well, that means everybody's now going to hate Qin as a result. Yeah, he's annoyed with Mansa. Let's see. How do people feel about him? That might be signing his own death warrant there. Cautious with Qin. Furious from Mansa. Yeah, Mansa furious with him means he's in trouble long term. Mansa being furious with him. Like, Mansa's not an aggressive guy, but still. Furious means you're probably going back to war at some point. All right, there goes Paris. Stop the... Oh, well, this can only stop one of the two wars. Probably Ramses' war, if I had to guess. There's a tour is about to get captured. Boy, cannons and destroyers and infantry really do not struggle much with longbows, do they? So Tor is captured, and then... Alright, so it does stop that. Now, who did it end up affecting? Mansa finishes yet another wonder. Because one of them made peace. I don't know if they both made peace. Oh, it did stop, but okay. So apparently it did stop both of them. All right, so Napoleon continues to survive with one city. Incredible. It really makes you wonder why they would call. Although I guess Zara is the AP resident right now, and he called that resolution. Well, Napoleon can't last much longer. The next time someone attacks him, he's dead. And he is not well liked by the other AIs, particularly Mansa. Huh. Qin's peace treaty ran out. Okay. So the world, I believe, is completely peaceful right now. For like the first time in forever. Yep. Completely peaceful right now. UN is almost finished. Yeah, J-Man has been quietly teching. He's been using build research an awful lot. Napoleon could die from getting flipped. I mean, he could in theory, but I don't think that city's going to flip. Because there's no cultural pressure on it at all. Now, if this was his only city, then yeah, maybe. Yeah, Zara signs a pact with her. Okay, they had a pact before, I thought, and then it was stopped. This city, yeah, now is at potential risk to flip. This one definitely... Oh, no, never mind. There's enough units in it to stop the flip from happening. Still, there's not exactly a lot of tiles for Pataliputra or Bombay to work. They're pretty much just Egyptian colonies at this point. The one city from our side. Really funny that that's up there. All right, but the UN's about to be born. Be finished construction. So it'll be Ramses against Mansa in the vote. Yep, just about time to sink the bull. Ramses is opening up industrialism for his tanks. All right, well, Sitting Bull, it was fun having you in the game, but we got to get rid of you. because everybody was just introduced to Sitting Bull, and we don't want people declaring war on Sitting Bull. So we bid thee farewell, Sinking Bull, as we started to call him. Bye. All right. And while we're at it, I will remove Islam from this city. And now I need to add it into the Islamic holy city, which is Memphis, I believe. It's the one with the shrine in it. Yep, geez, 68 cities. Oh my God. Yeah, for some reason when you remove religion, it removes the holy city. It's not clear why that happens, but it does. All right. So now I've got the UN. I believe the AP has not been obsoleted yet because Ramses has to discover mass media for it to be obsoleted, but he's pretty close. Yeah, he hasn't discovered mass media yet, but I suspect he's going to get it pretty soon. No, I don't think you can give plus 100 with everybody. I know how to do that for the player, but I don't know if you can do that. It's a good question. I should look into that. So Ramses is the leading candidate. He could win a Diplo victory here if he gets enough of those votes. Like, how many votes does he need? He just got 766. Yeah, you only take 641 for the victory. You can, okay. Let's see how people feel about Ramses. So this is how people feel about him. Pakal might vote for him. J-Man might. He certainly would get Zara's votes. He wouldn't get votes from Napoleon or Qin. He might have enough to win with that. But he would start to sign defensive pacts, that's true. He would start to sign defensive pacts, and that could make things awkward. Yeah, I think Diplo victory is very possible here, just because there's a lot of population in Egypt, and in addition to that, there's enough civs that really like Egypt. We'll see. Game continues to be peaceful for the moment, like no one at war with anyone else. So Zara just went to state property and free speech. Oh wait, has Mansa turned on the culture slider? Because assembly line 149. Remember, he's spiritual civ, so he doesn't suffer anarchy. All right, here we go. 43 turns to his culture victory. He's going for it, you guys. Mansa's going for the cultural victory. He's just got to make it 40 turns. All right, we'll see if anyone can interrupt him and stop him from winning this one. He did not finish assembly line. He probably should have finished assembly line tech first because he is going to be stuck at the rifle and calves level of development. And like other leaders could definitely bypass that. Like he could have gotten to factories pretty easily. All right, he is now definitely leading the race. Where's Ramses as far as his cities go? Yeah, pretty close, but Mansa's got the edge right now. Gao is still his third closest city. Yep, that's what I was checking. Good suggestion. I mean, Qin doesn't like it. Oh, here we go. Diplo victory. I mean, this could be it right here, though. Diplo victory. It all depends. Let's look at the Diplo. It all depends on if people will vote, but he's definitely going to get Zara's vote. Can he get J-Man and Pakal? Yeah, RIP Chinese borders, seriously. The culture that's being pushed out is going to be an awful lot. I don't know. Let's see. This could be the end of the game right here, though. That's it. He got it. He had enough votes. Ramses is the winner. A very early Diplo victory. So he was able to pull votes from Ramses, Zara, and that's it. He only got votes from... he got J-Man and Zara to vote for him, and that was it. But that was all he needed, apparently. He didn't even need Pakal's votes. He just had enough. Just with 2 people voting for him, he had enough. He almost had enough just with Zara's votes, but no, he did need J-Man as well. So there you go. Mansa was about 40 turns away from winning a cultural victory, but Ramses pulls out the very, very early Diplo victory. It's funny because Mansa was the one who built the United Nations. If, Mansa actually cost himself the game. Yeah, and Napoleon survives, amazingly. If if Mansa had not built the UN, then Zara would have been the opponent, and Ramses probably wouldn't have been able to win. So Mansa building the UN actually cost him the game. He actually lost because of that. Oh well, kind of an interesting game. More peaceful than we thought. I thought we'd see more civs eliminated, but we really only had the two. We just had Ahsoka, and we had Montezuma. So in a game that was the first to die, Fiesta, we didn't have very many people die. But that's partly because the date was so early. I think if this game had gone longer, Napoleon definitely wouldn't have lasted much longer. I think Qin would have been the next one to go because he just flipped into a religion that no one else practiced. But yep, that was that. Napoleon moves on to the wild card. Yeah, seriously. Let's just watch the replay here real quick. Yeah, I was expecting that game to go on for like another half hour to an hour. Just early ending here. So this game didn't have anything too crazy happen. Like the story of this game was two early religions founded. One was founded by Monty, which then spread to Napoleon. The other religion was founded by Ahsoka. So we had three religions up here, or two religions up here, and no one else practiced the religion. And meanwhile, Islam's founded here and just spreads to everyone else in the world. Everyone else in the world survives, and the civs up here basically get destroyed. Like, that's the story of the game. It's the story of the religion. Because everyone else was practicing Islam literally the entire game, we didn't see much conflict between the other civs. I mean, yes, we had Qin fighting against Mansa, and we had Pakal fighting against Zara, but those were always like sideshows. The main action was up here in the north. And Ramses really took over the land of everyone else. He was the one who benefited by far the most. And then he just used shared Islamic faith to win the Diplo victory, and it ended up being a very short game. Monty should have attacked Ahsoka. That would have been a very different game if he'd attacked Ahsoka. His attack against Zara kind of knocked Zara out of the running, but also screwed him over in the long term. I agree. Also, larger map, more expensive techs. Yep, it's true. Philly D's right. That said, the tech base was pretty healthy. Like Mansa, we would have seen, even if Mansa had not gone cultural, he probably would have won Space Race like right on time. I think both Ramses and Mansa were on pace for like a turn 315, turn 320 Space Race victory, which is pretty much in line with what we normally see. But yeah, it ended up being a little bit more peaceful. Wasn't quite as crazy as I kind of thought we would have. I thought we'd have more fighting, more eliminations. Like, we had low peace weight Napoleon, we had low peace weight Qin, we had low peace weight Pakal, but none of them ended up getting eliminated, and that was that. Diplo for the win, a game where diplomacy really did end up mattering. Shared religion and shared diplomacy, and hey, Ramses played a great game. He basically snowballed, and no one else really took over much in the way of territory. He was kind of the only one who did it. He was way out in front in all the metrics at the end of the game, except culture. So if he had not won, if it had been Mansa winning, it would have been an upset, honestly. So that's that.